Stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. Basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Glory Elijah of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data. You cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly that and you'll be cool. See ya. Hey guys. Okay, we're live. You are all welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah. I'm sure you already are, guys. You heard all of that, so there's no point doing an intro anymore. But listen, you're all welcome to today's live stream. You're welcome to today's conversation. I'm seriously excited because I can see Yoli backstage right now. She's looking fabulous as always, and I cannot wait to bring her on my screen, on your screen as well. But before I do so, let me just quickly say thank you to all of you that has been able to join this conversation today. Listen, I do not take it for granted. I know that you all are busy. This is the weekend. You have a lot of things to do. But the fact that you took out time off your busy schedules to join this conversation, thank you so much. I do not take it for granted. Normally, I should go ahead and mention your names one after the other, but let's do it this way. All right, whichever country you are joining from, just go ahead, type the name of your country in the comment section below. Drop your flag, your country's flag, and just wave, just say hello, and I will definitely reciprocate the nice gesture. Okay, so already you guys know today's conversation is going to be with the beautiful, amazing Yoli. Oh my God, it was supposed to be with Yoli, Vino, and Norman, but my gosh, I'm sure that they've been really, really busy. It was really difficult to get through to all of them, but the fact that Yoli is able to join us today, guys, I am grateful because you have no idea how busy these people are. So without much further ado, just gonna go ahead and add Yoli to the screen right now. Drum rolls. Okay. Okay, dokie. Hi. Hi, Mo.
Oh my goodness.
Hi,
Hi, my babe. How are you?
Oh my God. Let me just bask in your glory for a bit. Wow. Yoli, your face. Oh my God. You're beautiful.
You are too much, Glory. That's a
Wow.
lot.
Wow.
I think being out of the house did me a lot of good, just facially.
Yeah. I'm starstruck right now, so just give me a moment. I'll come back to myself, but I need to take all of you in first before I release you to the viewers. Okay, so just allow me. I'm happy.
Glory,
Listen,
Marawena.
You're welcome. I am happy to have you here today. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I actually wanted to tell you, I actually managed to get hold of Norman 5 seconds ago because we
Oh,
were talking. So I don't know if you want
okay.
to try send him a link. And I don't know how you feel about that, but he could be on. He could be on as well. But I
I
know,
mean,
no,
you
he's at
can
the.
send him the link. So I don't know, Norman, you can't send Norman messages. I think it's from the settings of his social account. So I mean, if you can send him the link from your end, I mean, it would be great.
Okay, so
It would
how
be great.
about? Because I'd really love to do this with him as well. You know, me and know me. So
Yeah.
if I go away for a bit and send him the link
Mm.
and then come
Okay.
back.
I will wait. I'll gladly wait.
Okay, great. That'll be great. Give me five
Um,
seconds. Give me five
all
seconds.
right. All right. Thank you so much. Wow, guys, this is the kind of energy that I love on this channel. Wow. This is amazing. Jackpot. I thought I was going to be talking to just Yoli today, and then voila, we're going to be talking with Norman as well. This is amazing. You know what? Even though I have questions for only Yoli, I think I have some questions up in my head for Norman as well. But it's going to be a full house, and I am super excited. Now, whilst we are waiting for Yoli to bring alongside with her Norman, I'm just going to go ahead and say hello to you amazing people. Like there's no FSWG without you guys. So let me just go ahead and greet you people normally. Oh, by the way, let me share a joke with all of you as we wait. So I received a comment on my videos today. Somebody typed, I would have gladly subscribed to this channel, but I would subscribe until Glory starts greeting people. Guys, see, when I saw that comment, I laughed so hard. I just didn't know. Like, guys, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, what? Like, someone could actually take this personal? So I think I kind of understand where the person is coming from. So back in the days when I started FSWG, I would start with hey guys, all those my kind of intros. And then much later, I don't know, I think I kind of changed. I don't know what happened, but I think I changed. And now I don't do hey guys at the beginning of my videos anymore. And this person kind of picked offense. I don't know why. So what I did was I decided to greet that person specially as a response to that comment. I gave the person all the titles of royalties available that I could remember. And I said, your royal divine lordship or whatever. I just had to greet that person specially. But please, guys, I mean, it's not intentional. I will not in any way disrespect any of you, my subscribers. And if I'm not doing the usual, hi guys, at the beginning of my videos, it's because there's actually a lot to talk about, so I just find it really awkward sometimes to start a conversation with, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I feel like you guys already know me, right? So sometimes it could be boring starting off my videos with the hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. And so I just thought, you know what, fine. Different strokes for different folks. So if you are that individual and you're watching me right now, I'm sorry I don't greet before my videos, okay? We will have a family meeting about it where I'll kneel down and apologize properly. But that's, by the way, guys, I found that really interesting. I found it really, really exciting. So we have Michael. Hi, Michael. We have Natalia. We have Celine. We have Ibe Faith. We have Frigo. We have Ellen. Hi. We have Mosa Maria. Okay, nice love. And we have Ijoma. We have okay, oh my god, the names. We have Jalo. We have Kelet. So, oh my god, you know what? Yoli's back. I'm thinking if she's gonna be back with Norman right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and start this conversation, okay? So that I don't waste Yoli's time. Hi,
Hi,
Yoli.
Glory.
Welcome back.
Okay, so Norman's coming. He was caught a little bit out of the loop. So I figured let you and I start. And then when you see
Yeah,
him backstage, just so
yeah.
my.
I put it in. Okay. Listen, Yoli, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's been a
I
struggle
would
trying
help you
to
get
get
Vino as
all of
well,
the
but
things.
Vino's at the Derby. He's at the Soweto Derby. So he won't be able to be
Oh,
on. So
okay. I
sorry.
really appreciate it. You have no idea.
You're welcome,
Thank you
babe.
so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, Yoli. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the comment section right now. people are really excited to have you on here. So I don't know if you can just take a moment, just skim through the comment section. People are
I can't
excited,
see the
yes,
comment
because
section. How do I look at the comment section? Oh, here we go. Comments.
oh,
Oh, here we go.
yeah, yes.
Oh, hi
Can you see it now?
everybody. Hi everybody.
Yeah. All
How are
right, all
you,
right.
Lori?
So
How are you
let's
doing?
start.
How have you been?
Yeah.
I've heard only good things about you
Yoli,
from ex-housemates.
oh, you have. That's
Mm-hmm.
nice. That's nice. Thank you so much. And I think the reason why you've heard what you've heard about me is I always remind your colleagues that have been on my channel that what I do here is basically try to dig deep into conversations that we, the audience, were not able to see, right?
Yeah.
Because
Your
as you
mic is a
know,
bit low.
the
Can you
church.
turn it up? It's the volume's a bit low. I don't know if that's my phone or your.
Okay, is it better now? Is it better now?
Slightly, but I'm still I'm struggling to hear. I have to pay like close attention, but that's okay.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So I'm just going to try to increase my audio as well. Okay. So I was saying that probably the reason why you've heard what you've heard about Glory, about my channel, is because I remind your fellow colleagues that what we do here, we want to hear their own narrative, your own narrative. It's because whilst you people were in the house, we only see what the camera shows us,
Yeah.
right? We do not get to see, yeah, we do not get to see all the conversations happening at the same time. And so it creates room for wanting to know more. So we cannot just easily jump into our own conclusions, right? So for
Yeah.
me, it's all about you expressing yourself, telling us your own truth, and helping
Yeah.
those people who probably have misconceptions about you to understand you better and to also understand how you played your game while on the Bbmzansi show. All right. So we're gonna just go ahead now with the questions. Are you there, Yoli?
I'm here just replying to Norman. He said,
Okay.
"Should I enter now?" I said, "Yes."
Oh yes, you can. You can. I will definitely add you on right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. Okay. So the first question is this, Yoli. We saw all shades of you, all shades of beautiful you. Yoli, you're such an amazing human. And I'm not saying this because you're here. I'm saying it because it's something I've said a lot of times on my channel as
Yeah.
well. You are such an amazing human. Oh my God, you're so unique in a way that it felt as though Biggie planted a fragile flower in in a wild forest, like you're so amazing. And I'm gonna get there, but let this be my own perception and every other person's perception. Tell us about you. Who is Yoli?
You know what? You're so right. You're so right in that it felt as though almost a rose amongst the thorns, or almost like this. My name means flower as well, so it's so funny that you would use that analogy. But you know what? When you're in the house, it's such a different experience to what you think is gonna happen, what you predict might happen, and also the people that you put with in the house really play a big role in how you're going to navigate through the game. And so the energies that I
Yeah,
picked up almost instantly required someone to be soft. It required me to be a human in there. And I wanted to show that side. That's how I am. I am a mediator. I am a peace lover. I am a very much I handle conflict in a way that requires us to talk. And I see in society now, that's not what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to fight. We're wanting to be conniving. We're wanting to be backstabbing. We're wanting to be this and that. And so I wanted to make sure that the side of me that did come through was the one that was different, the one that was, choose peace, and choose your own peace as well. Choose your protection, and yeah, and
yeah,
so that was what happened. And I was being authentic, I was being real. the most vulnerable parts of me were the ones that were on display, unfortunately. A lot of the other stuff, you didn't really get to see that much. You didn't get to see, the bubbly person that wants to play games and wants to keep the energy light. Just that's the kind of person that I am and have wanted to be. There he is. There he is. The
Okay.
broski.
Hey,
Norman.
you guys doing?
Oh my God. No, good. Come on, Faith. Don't be so chilled.
Yes. Wow, he's gonna get such a
Wow.
big head. He's gonna get an even bigger
Yeah.
head.
I'm keeping quiet. What did I say? I'm keeping quiet. Don't come for
Yeah,
me.
don't be so chill. Don't be so chill. But really, Norman, it's a pleasure having you on here. You're welcome.
Much. Thank you so much. Thank you to both of you guys.
And you see something, your dentition, you're gonna do us a favor, you're gonna drop your dentition here before you leave this live stream, okay? Because there are a lot of us that are crazy about your dentition.
Sorry, pardon. Hold on. Sorry, just my mic. Yeah, sorry. What would
Yeah,
you
the
say?
volume's quite low, bruv. I'm also just gotta be close.
Okay, yeah. What were
Okay,
you? Can you hear me though? Is it buffy?
Yo, the bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We just can't hear Glory.
Which side is my best side? Which side is my best side?
All sides. Wait. Stop. This side. Yeah. Do that. Some of us don't have those problems.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Pretty privileged piece of shit. Ugh. I'm actually having to stay one side the whole time. Like,
You can't do that. How you gonna do that the whole interview? Boy, bye.
I'm gonna be like, huh? I'm like, what? Oh.
You're such an ass. I can't with you.
I'm telling you, that's how I'm gonna be. Please take a little please take a screen grab.
Okay, hold on. We'll pose the way you want to pose. 3, 2, 1. Okay. You're full of shit. You know that?
You
But I
send it to
miss
me. I'm
your
gonna
ass,
post it
man.
later. You must send it to me. I'm gonna post it later.
Okay, cool. Archer cannot see anymore. Remember how I was like in the house, I'm not
Huh?
going to wear my glasses because... Remember how I was saying in the house, I don't want to wear my glasses because I want my
You
eyes to
wearing your
adjust.
glasses?
I cannot see anymore.
You're just a blind girl now.
Whatever. Okay, I don't
just
know
set
what
up what
happened to Glory. I don't even know if people can still... let me see.
Are we outro rambling, bro?
Yo, we're still on this show.
The first time I sat in front of a camera, I was scared. I had a lot of self-doubt. I wasn't even sure if YouTube had space for a commentary creator like me. I love doing reviews, I love doing commentaries, I love doing analysis of movies, trending topics, reality TV shows, and many other issues. But
Oh, there we go.
You know what? First of all, I am sorry. And let me just alert both of you. In my country, yeah, sometimes the network is not that great. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're trying to come to
Okay.
Nigeria. We're trying to come to Nigeria. We want
So
to be in Nigeria, bruv.
you should come. Maybe the network won't fail you at that point in time. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Everyone watching, I'm sorry about that breaking transmission. It was the network, but we're back We did not go anywhere. Okay. So, Norman, as I was saying before, I was saying you're welcome. And I was also saying that there are a lot of people that are crazy about your dentition. So when you are leaving this live stream today, do us a favor and drop it for us. Do you get that?
Do what a favor. Sorry, I can't find my earphones. Sorry, and the mic is just low. Sorry, say that again.
Something about his teeth, né?
Yeah.
Yeah, people love your teeth, bro.
I don't
Oh,
think he gets it.
thank you. Me and my queen smile.
Yo, my
Oh, thank you
guy,
guys so much.
smile, oh, smile.
Yeah. Was talking about your smile. I was giving you a compliment that people are really crazy about your smile. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. So let's just get into it, all right? So I already started with Yoli, asking Yoli who she is. I'm gonna come back to you, Norman. But let me go back to Yoli. So Yoli, in the house, we saw two sides of you, two dominant sides of you, which are quite amazing. So there was Yoli the teacher, and then there was also Yoli, the amazing actor, right? And I saw your performance. I saw the way you were able to perfectly interpret the roles you were given in each of your wager tasks, in all of those plays you guys put up. And I was amazed. I was wondering, like, how are you this? And then you're also a teacher. You also work with kids. So, in your real life, in your day-to-day activities, which part of you comes out most of the time? Which one do you even like and prefer?
Well, first of all, I teach performing arts, so I teach drama, and so it was easy for me to tap into that side both on the outside and the inside. So I'm used to instructing it, and then I'm also used to performing it as well. So that's why you saw those two sides, as opposed to which one is more dominant. I think there is an era that probably the teacher in me doesn't really rest that time, because teachers are very affectionate and compassionate as well, but they also are very authoritative as well. So I guess both of those sides came out. It would depend who I'm with, and which energy I'm exploring at that with which person at that time. Yeah, so that's what that was.
We really enjoy seeing those two sides of you. But I'm coming back to the teacher side of you. Let's quickly move on to Norman. Norman, I just want to first of all compliment you on being the first, should I say the first African housemate, on the Big Brother setting that really showed its vulnerable side. You
Yeah.
were very, very, very open. You were very open to every single kind of emotion that you were feeling in that house, and that made us realize that, okay, this experience is actually real. Some people go into Biggie's house, you never see them cry, you never see them, you never see them breaking down. But Norman, you did a lot of that. So the question is, how is that for you? Is that you normally? Normally, is that you normally, being vulnerable, opening yourself that much to the world?
Yeah. Like you guys can ask Yoli how I am. Like if I trust you, I will confide in you, and if you give me loyalty, then I will be an open book. So you guys just genuinely saw how I am on the outside world. I I wear part time. I get moments where I'm amplified in the house because of the drinking, because of the stress that comes with the house. But I first of all I'd like to apologize on like the bad side of my behavior. I'm just a very passionate guy, so even the smallest of things, I engage wholeheartedly. But for most part, you guys saw 100% my. So yeah, I'm in tune with my emotional side, and yeah, I just like expressing myself.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Norman. The reason I asked that question is because at some point, some people felt like, okay, every time Norman takes alcohol, it tends to become very, very vulnerable. But also, there were other times that you had your diary session and you still broke down, you know. So people were kind of confused on how to separate the Norman that breaks down after drinking and then the Norman that breaks down when really trying to express himself and how he felt. So I don't know if you can actually enlighten people to know that okay, there's actually a separation between that Norman and then this other Norman.
Yeah, I think when I drink, I'm very happy. The beginnings of me drinking, I'm very happy, and then when it the end, I start to remember the I think I've gone through a lot of trauma growing up, and not facing it or not speaking about it kind of makes me, talk, especially when I'm drunk. So that's where most of you guys see that side of me when I'm drinking, is that I have too much fun, and then I'm reminded of, like, even the smallest things can trigger me. A lot of the things when I would cry, it would be through triggers. Like, I'm raised by a single mother. Life hasn't always been the easiest. I came onto the show to try and make a difference and represent my community. So there was a lot of things that were triggering me, like the financial situation at home, thinking about, are they eating at home? Are they okay at home? Because I play a big role at home, being a breadwinner and being so far away from home for so long. I think that's why, in the later stages, the fourth and fifth week, I think that's where you guys started seeing me really go through it. A lot of things were on my mind. So yeah, there's that person, and then I get triggered when I speak about, in the diary sessions, for example, when I just tell people how I'd really love have a home for my mom. It's hard for me to speak about this because they hurt. I feel so much pressure on my shoulders to do a lot for my family, and to face those, they do triggered by. So yeah, that was the difference between the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks for clearing the air on that because I'll confess that at some point I also felt like why is he always crying? But as I said, I cannot relate 100% if you did not explain. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for explaining that side. Yes, I mean, we only get to see what we get to see, right? But before I come back to you about that environment, that space, and how it affected you, let me quickly ask Yoli this, right? Yoli, do you think you were really 100% prepared to play your game in that house? And the reason I'm asking that is you were one of those housemates that at every time you had your diary session, it felt like you were constantly shocked, like, oh my God, is this where I am? Oh my God, did this housemate do that? You're constantly shocked, you're surprised. It seems like most of the treachery, the inconsistencies, the betrayals going on in the house, they were constantly taking you unawares. It was like you were from a different planet, and you're like, this is actually like, so with all the preparations you made by yourself, do you think you were actually 100% prepared
Oh,
for this game?
absolutely not. And you know what's so funny? No one truly knows until they experience it. You had a whole bunch of things in your head that you thought were going to happen. Wow. Biggie's
Yeah.
house showed you flames instantly. I thought we were playing a game. Like, this is gonna be great. Hey, let's play. Hey.
Oh
Only
my
to
God.
find the way that we were playing, I was not prepared for that kind of gameplay at all. No, I wasn't prepared at all. I had every rule play or whatever out the window. The minute you get there, you experience so many things. You don't expect to experience so many things, and so you always revert back to what feels real to you. You always revert back to what feels authentic, because everything else was a bit. And so you find yourself always trying to find a normacy, a sense of
Yeah.
stillness. So yes, every time I was there, I'm like, oh shit, this is happening. So I even remember saying to Norman and Thando when they would fill me in on things that are going in the house, I'm like, wait a minute, which house is this? How did I not? So yeah, it did catch me off guard. Yeah, it did.
Honestly, sometimes it even felt like there was a separate biggest house because things were happening right under your nose and you had no idea. And then later,
Hey, God.
you're like, when did this happen? When did this happen? You're so confused. And then you're like, am I sure I'm in this house? No, but
You know,
at those moments, your innocence, your naivety, I think it was what really drew people to your character because it became real that, okay, fine. Things like this does happen. I mean, this is real life,
yeah,
right? You're here, you
yeah.
don't know what's happening the next time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I think it shows a sense of relatability because you guys were going through it with me. Like what you
Yeah.
didn't know, I didn't know what was happening. Like we were both going through it. I felt as though that's if anything, I'm experiencing it with you guys too because that was exactly what it felt like. So yeah, that naivety, yes, it gets me. Hey, but you know what? At the end of the day, you end up drawing people to you that are meant to be drawn to you, and those that aren't meant to be drawn to you end up repelling back. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah,
You
the biggest game
agree?
had me. It had me. It got me.
Yeah. Oh my God. There were times that we felt really sorry for you. We felt like just removing Yoli out of that space, pampering her for a bit, and then putting her back into the house.
Yeah,
Sometimes we felt like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Norman. Before you hear it from anywhere, let me be the first person to tell you that I was that one person that used to say that this Norman has a very sneaky way of strategizing in the house. That was what I was always saying. That the way Norman is always planning things, that Norman is constantly planning, strategizing. He's always like Norman hears everything, even the things we don't even hear. Norman, you were hearing it. And somehow it made it look like you were the game itself. I mean, you and Gashwan Temba, it felt like you people actually understood the game. You knew the game. You knew why you were in the house, right? But then in the midst of all of that strong personality that you carry, how were you able to cope? What was your coping mechanism in the house? Yeah, can you hear me? Hello, Norman? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. No, can't hear you. Can you hear me now? No. You know what? Let me remove you and add you back. Okay? Let me remove you and add you back. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me
Probably,
now?
probably network. I can hear you.
Yeah. Norman, can you hear me now? Ah, we can't hear your audio. Okay, Norman, we can't hear your audio. Just please try to fix that and then we'll add you back, okay? But Yoli, I'm sorry, it seems like we're wasting your time, but don't worry, we're gonna be fast, okay?
No, never.
Okay. All right. The best is yet to come. This conversation is gonna be juicy. So just
Oh
exercise
God.
patience. Okay, okay. So the other question is yeah, your role of deputy. That was why I asked you the question of your two personalities. You're only the teacher, you're only the actor. So whilst you were deputy head of house to Sister Mara, my God, you guys were simply a powerful combo. You guys did amazingly well. And at that point in time, it felt like that was the iron hand that the housemates needed to focus on the wager task and every other task for the week and come out, victorious in all of it. But at some point, it felt like, even not just the housemates, but also outside now, it felt like you were seriously like, how do I put it? Like you were very strict. You were very, very strict. Yes. And so at that point in time, which part of you do you think was coming out to play? Was it Ioli, the teacher, that wanted things to get done, or was it that person that simply wanted the house
Yeah.
to?
Listen, a lot was at stake. We had lost two wages previously. We were hungry. We didn't have food. I was pissed off. We had to win. And so by any means necessary. But I think the reason why maybe my approach came out louder was because Sister Mara was so soft, and there were conversations that she had with me where she said, "I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need you to do that." In hindsight, and after I've left the house, I could see that was strategic on her part to make me look bad. Obviously, now that I know that I'm outside, but within the house, I had to win. I had to make us win. Whatever was necessary, I was going to do it to make sure that we won our
Yeah.
wager. I was tired of losing.
Yeah, because we actually saw that as well. Because we felt like, come on, why does Yoli always have to go and give instructions to the housemate? What happened to
Yeah,
you, to Tamara? I mean, Yoli cannot constantly be your spokesperson. And somehow, I think the statement that Hemba made was actually referring to Sister Mara when he said that one person should be passing on the information. That why
yeah,
does it have to be Sister Mara and then Yoli? I think he was
yeah,
actually indirectly fighting a battle for you that you did not know about. Because somehow we felt like Sister Mara was literally putting you out there as the shield, and then
she
when you get
did.
all
That's
the
exactly
things
what she
that
did. She led me like a lamb to the slaughter, to
mm,
go and do the dirty work for her. But I had a tried to have a conversation with her about it, where I said, "You're making me feel that way," and she apologized, etc., etc. But I could see in hindsight it was purely strategic on her part. But you
yeah.
know what? At the end of the day, Glory, we won the wager, didn't we? And
Oh yes,
I
you guys
I
did.
got I got my groceries.
Yeah.
So
No, no, no. We were really excited for you guys at that point because I think it was the first time you won the wager for the season. So it was a victory that everybody really celebrated at that point in time. And we felt like anyway, at the end of the day, the strict rulership of Yoli and Sister Mara worked in favor of the entire household at the end of
yeah,
the day. Yes, well done, Yoli. All right, so the other thing I want to ask is now, during the nomination process, whilst you were also deputy. You really cried. And it was a very emotional moment for a lot of those people who are your fans because they felt your pain. But personally, I was wondering, like, okay, if she could actually explain why she was really crying. Because there was a section of the audience that felt like, nah, Yoli, you shouldn't feel bad that you've been given this opportunity to nominate four people because, after all, it's a game. So you should at
yeah,
least be happy that the more people leave the house, the more your chances of getting close to the final increases,
yeah,
right? But I
yeah.
feel like that was a personal moment for you. So what
Yes.
triggered the tears?
Yes. So first of all, again, I actually sometimes it gets to me how people comment, but they'll never fully know the experience of what we go through in the house. So they can judge and speak, but they'll never know what we go through. You build genuine connections, especially me. You saw me build what I thought in my head were genuine connections. I don't know what was the reciprocal part on the other person's part, but for me, I genuinely forged genuine connections, and I engaged with human beings the way that I wanted to. Yeah, and so the first thing that attributed to that is I did not know that the role of deputy head of house had that duty to it. And that's why I said in the diary room, heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, because I had no idea. In my head, I thought it's the head of house that's going to do this, and didn't know it was me. So that forged in with the shock, forged in with a bit of panic, because I had no genuine reason at that stage. I did not have a reason. It felt unfair to me at that stage. Not enough had been exposed about housemates for me to make an informed decision. I felt that the decision was ill-informed, and that was all of those factors. They lead to that. And so when people watch it in isolation and make a deduction based on that, it's a bit. It gets to me a bit, because you don't know. You weren't there. You didn't experience these humans. You live with them each and every day, and if you're a genuine person, you can't help but to like somebody. And so when things are left to chance, I'm always happy. Like I got evicted. That's a staged, that's a proper decision. It had, that's what it was. But there's certain decisions, especially when it was on my turn to make it, where I'm like, oh shit, Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what you saw. You saw a real person going through a real emotion, and it's just the pity that people will scrutinize and not really have full idea of what we're actually going through in
True,
that house.
true, true. And one thing I want to say to you, Yoli, before I continue with the questions is, listen, you don't ever change from who you are,
Yeah,
because you have such a very, you're like a soft landing. You know, you're like a soft landing, like a shoulder when people feel like they're lost. Because I saw a lot of that in the house. When people felt like they
yeah,
were lost, like they did not really have a corner to fall back on, you were always there.
yeah,
Whether they were gossiping about you or not, whether they were giving you negative vibes or not, you were just very open. And I feel like that is how you are in real life. So please
yeah.
don't change from that, because
No.
it just makes you more awesome. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gloria. It's so nice to hear that validation because apparently that the way South Africans might play this game and might view this game is different from what I might have seen before in this franchise. And so I've been called all kinds of things for being kind, and it gets to me. It's like, really, we don't appreciate kindness and human decency anymore. We appreciate backstabbingness, connivingness, fight tooth and nail. There's many ways to get to your goals, and I don't think that we should compromise integrity to do that. And so I'm never going to change. In real life, this is how I am and will continue to be as well. Yeah.
And I totally agree with you on that, because you said the same thing to Gashwan again. I think the last week he spent in the house when he was trying to teach you how to play your game with vinyl, saying all of those things to you. I'm coming to that much later. I
Yeah.
love the statement you made that you are who you are. If he plays his game that way, you will not play your game that way,
Yeah.
manipulating people and all that. I felt like that was a very, very strong statement to put out there. And you were very, very brave to do that, because it is not everybody that watches the show that feels that people can actually play the game in a clean way and come out
Yeah.
unscathed. Yeah, but you did, you played your game and you tried as much as possible to stay neutral of any form of
Yeah.
negativity.
I
Yeah.
think I think what I wanted to make sure of is, should I leave this game, that I leave the same person I was going in. So then you evict me based on what I know. Okay, cool. You don't fuck with the kind of character I am. Cool. As opposed to playing something else and playing all these strategies and playing all these different things. Yes, it's going to work for you. Great. But the amount of energy that takes, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
You know, I knew you couldn't even handle it, because that was just too much stress for Yoli. But anyway, the reason why, once again, I did all of that preamble is because of the next conversation. Tattoo. I'm going to tell you what I saw from the outside. I saw a very accommodating Yoli, open arms. Remember, Tattoo has a story in the house, right? Joining Acacia and Inky, then she felt out of place, and then she joined Norman, and you and Norman were already friends. And then she joined your group, and it was all welcoming and comfortable for her. And then both of you were able to build a very nice friendship, courtesy of Norman in the middle, from what we saw. And
Yeah.
then moving on from there, there was the Gashwan coming into the picture. Gashwan saying things to Tato, saying things to you, and then both of you having that conversation that, oh, this guy probably is trying to play with us, and then you having a conversation again with her in the closet. And she talking about, oh, she's not interested in the relationship, blah, blah, blah. Tools was in the picture. And then it was like the all clear sign that, oh, Yoli, if you want to have something to do with Gashwan, go ahead. I am not interested. And then you had
Yeah.
a thing with Gashwan in the house. And then you are out here now. I don't know if you're seeing what's currently going on in the house. Tato, no, in case you don't, let me tell you. Tato is, I don't know if she's playing a strategy or whatever she's doing, but it seems as though that Tato is now kind of taking your position. In case you don't know, there's been conversations on 2, 3 different nights this week between Tato and Gashwan. Tato is saying that, oh, because of how you played the game between myself and Yoli, I'm not interested in the friendship. I'm not interested in being a thing with you in the house. But then we see the way she hugs Gashua. We see the way she is accepting of his embraces, of his advances. We see the way It's like she's leading him on, inviting him. Oh, come, like it's like she's enjoying all of that attention. Yoli, the question is, who is Tato to you? Is Tato your friend? Do you feel betrayed? Or
Damn.
do you think she's actually playing a game? I'm asking this question because of what we saw. And also, the day you were evicted, Lawrence had actually asked you that, oh, what about Gashon? And you had said, you people might probably have something outside the house. But looking at all what is going on, I mean, I'm not placing the blame on Tato now, but Gashwan is seriously pursuing Tato, telling her all manner of things like, you were the one I liked from the get go. I met with Yoli on whatever terms because I wanted to know her better. And I'm like, is that how to know people better? Yoli, what is your opinion about all of this madness?
Oh my God. My first opinion is after God, fear men.
I'm scared. My sister, I'm scared. I am scared. As a matter of fact, right now, Yoli, if you want to fight, call me.
Oh,
I
not
will be
even.
your shield.
I'm not. You know what, Glory? The first thing is I'm not gonna fight because the prize is Gash one, and that's not something we're gonna fight over. But I think, and I genuinely think, whilst you're in that house, there's a lot of heightened emotions that you go through on a regular basis. That because what feels like a day to you it feels like 5 years to us. Like it's a lot because all we
Yeah.
have in that house is time. That's all the
Yeah.
only thing we have, and so
Mhm.
you spend that time, doing that. I know that Tato likes Gashwan more than I did, and so you know what I say? I say let them continue, because they're still in the house. Whatever they want to pursue with each other, they should. Because I'm out of the house. It's after school for me. I'm having a great time.
Yoli,
And so
listen.
you know what else, Glory? Whatever,
Yeah.
if Tato's loyalties aren't what they seem, it's a reflection more on her than it is on me.
Mm.
And so I don't feel any kind of way about it. She'll have to deal with those consequences, not me. My feelings to her are genuine. My friendship to her was genuine, is still. So it's all going to be on her, and what happens out of the house. So yeah, they must
You,
continue. I say more power to them. Let them give you people content.
oh my God. I'm really hoping that if push comes to shove, Patrick is out of the house. I'm really hoping I can have a conversation with her because, to be honest, I am confused, right? Because I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it from these two different perspectives. That okay, fine. Probably Tato is trying to, revenge, play Gashwan back on his own game, more like the playee playing the player, right? Because Gashwan is saying no manner of things, and I don't want to even go into that because it's irrelevant. But I just felt like for Tato, because both of you had this deep connection. I mean, look at the Valentine's week. You both had actually exchanged sweet words. It touched a lot of people that okay, that friendship is actually genuine. But now we are seeing this one giving this one massages, we seeing this one rubbing this
Wow,
one's
wow,
back,
wow, wow, wow.
we're seeing this one saying, no, it's a
Yeah,
lot. It's a lot,
it is a lot, especially for viewers watching. It's a lot, and I can imagine what people that follow me must be thinking as well, and what they must be feeling as well. It's a tricky one, guys. It's a tricky one, but well, like I say, while you're in that house, listen, Gashwan is not my type. Never will he ever be. Right, but in the house, you just find yourself gone girl. So
Yeah.
it's all the if all the emotions that you go through in the house are in the house, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And so that's why I don't have anything to say, when it comes to what they're doing, because they're still in the house and I'm not.
mm, yeah. Anyway, from a sister to a sister, I just want to tell you that if that show comes out, don't listen. Sis,
I don't want to hear
don't listen.
nothing. I don't want to hear nothing,
Listen.
nothing, nothing. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But I'm
And
happy for
I
you.
get it's everywhere. It's almost like it follows me everywhere, because what gets to me is like they make it seem as though I pursued a Gash one, which I never ever did, ever ever. I was merely returning, reciprocating energy, and so he can do whatever he wants. It's really really okay. Like
You know
we're
what? Let me
okay.
use this opportunity to actually repeat properly. For those of you out there watching this video right now and you think Yoli actually pursued Gashwan, let me clear your doubts. Yoli never pursued Gashwan. As a matter of fact, Yoli correct me if I'm wrong, from the week, I think it was the second week that Gashon was up for nomination for possible eviction. He was feeling very down and alone and secluded in the house, almost ostracized. Yoli was that one person that opened her arms and gave him a home to fall back on. That was the same week Yoli was teaching him how to walk, correct? When we were
Exactly.
dancing. That was the week that I personally noticed the connection and the attraction that Gashwan had towards you. And then people played the spinning the bottle game and he was asked to kiss his crush and then it came to you. At that point in time, in case you don't know Yoli, Gashwan was already kind of attracted to you. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
I mean, at least that was what he painted. That was the picture that he gave to
Yeah.
us. Yeah. So I just have to put that out there to those people
I
who
love
feel,
it. I love that I have
oh yeah,
like a bestie. You feel like my bestie right now.
no,
My
really.
bestie is spilling my tea.
Yeah, I have to spill your tea because there were things that were happening that you were not seeing, I was not seeing, you were seeing. So
Yeah.
don't worry, we're going to marry the information
I
together
love
and
it.
share this
I
here.
love it so
Yeah,
much. I'm so
yeah.
with it.
All right, all right. So we've talked about Hato, we talked about Yashwan. Let's talk about BU. Yeah, yes. That was a thing that got me as well confused. And there was a time that I was kind of upset with you, Yoli, and I'll tell you why I was upset with you, and I'll tell
Yes.
you what I said specifically. So, at that point in time, yes, you guys. By the way, before I say whatever I want to say, you see that friendship you had with EU. Oh my God, you guys were like the forces of nature put together, conquering the world, the universe. Both of you together, you people are so powerful as friends. I don't know if you people have any other plans, but your friendship was so deep. I don't know if you saw it, but I, as a viewer, I saw that. You people had this deep connection. When you had conversations, I was literally saying on my channel, you people are giving me a headache. I literally have to carry a dictionary every time both of you are having conversations to find out the meaning of what you're saying. You guys are so intelligent. Your light shines so bright. But then I felt bad when BU was doing the chase with Venus. And then I don't know what happened exactly between you and BU. And then you were having a conversation with Norman. I wish Norman was back. I would have loved him to hear this part. You were having a conversation with Norman. I can't remember what really triggered you or pissed you off. And then you made a statement. Norman was complaining that he felt like BU was, I think, proud or something like that, and you were actually agreeing. And then you now made a statement that you felt like BU was now almost shallow, that deep thought, that deep
Yeah.
personality. I took
Yeah.
offense. Yeah, so what happened at that point in time that
Absolutely. Well, but you're saying exactly what happened. The person that he was in that first week, that genuine mind connect, that almost sapiosexual connect. You're a sapiosexual, I can tell now, because if you were intrigued by our convos, it's because of that. If you were
I
intrigued
am?
by the meeting of the minds and the exchange of intellect, it was because
Mm.
of that. And then he became
Yeah.
another person in week 2. And I was pissed off because I lost that brain
So what,
connect.
what,
There was
what person did it change into or evolve into that
he
actually
evolved into his convers. Okay, so Bu came in with an aura that was almost unformidable. Like you were just instantly attracted. You wanted to know what was going on in his. It was always a brain connect for me,
yeah.
and so yes, it was. There was nothing past me genuinely wanting to understand and engage with this human on a brain level. Yeah, and then I saw him become. His conversation sounded more shallower. His demeanor was a different. And so I was like, oh, okay, so that first BU in the first week is not BU in the second week. So yeah, it was tricky to navigate that. Even for me, it was tricky because I was like, oh, where's that? I even remember saying to him, where's that first person? Where's
Mm.
BU week 1 BU? Can we bring week 1 BU back? I would say that to him because I was living opposite him, sleeping in
Yeah.
the room opposite him. So yeah, he was also going through his motions in the game as well, trying to navigate as well. So yeah, that was what that was.
Yeah.
But I do remember those conversations. I lived it. I remember it very well.
I actually felt pained because I was one of those people that literally loved what you had with BU. You know, a lot of people called it flirting. People said, oh, you people flirt with each other, this and that. And I personally, I was seeing a friendship
Yeah.
that was solid. Solid. I mean, it's not easy for a guy to be attracted to another female and is still able to maintain that level of friendship, closeness, connection that
Yeah.
he has with another female. And I saw you doing all of that. He was here on my channel and we had a similar conversation to that as well. You know, I started like, what went wrong? Because I was sad that both of you
I
kind
want
of
to know
met.
what he said went wrong and if it's the same thing that I picked up.
Maybe we'll have to check back on that video.
I
We'll
need
have
to
to
go
check
back
back
and
on
watch
that.
that because I'm genuinely interested. I'm
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah,
interested to know what happened
yeah.
because
But
I
I don't,
thought that was going to be a lifelong. I saw a lifelong friendship, a
but
lifelong meeting of the minds.
I think it's gonna be a lifelong friendship because in BU's first diary session, when you all had the first diary session, in BU's first diary session, Big Brother asked him a question that who has he been able to connect with in the house? He mentioned your name. He mentioned Norman. There's a third person he mentioned. I'm going to have to go and check back on my archive. But there was a statement he made. He said, you people are going to have a lifelong friendship. That was what he
Yeah,
said. And that's in the diary room. And even after the cake incident that, you know, Norman blew off on him, when he had his diary session, he repeated that again. He wasn't even upset with Norman. He repeated it
yeah,
again. That as a matter of fact, what he intends to do is he has made up his mind that these are the people he's going to chase after and connect with moving forward in life. And Norman's dream of having a home for kids, you know, all those kids' visions that Norman had, that he is going to be fully invested 100% still. Yeah. So I heard all of those things. And for me, that friendship that we had, that connection, for me, that was like the most genuine connection.
I really thought it was going to be something that was going to continue the whole journey of the house. It would have been my sounding board as well, someone that I could
Mm,
because I'm an intellectual at heart, Glory, and
mm,
there were very small moments in the house where I could actually have those kinds of conversations that would stimulate that part of me, and he did that. And so
mm.
maybe that's why I was so pissed off when it ended, because I'm like, how can you give someone a taste of something nice and then just take it away, nah. So it was that as well. But you know what? We're out of the house now. We're not in the house anymore.
I just got to hear that you guys are cool now.
Pardon?
Are you guys cool now? Are you guys
Y-
doing great now?
Yeah, I think we're cool. I think we are cool. If we're not cool, it's news to me because I think we're
Okay.
cool.
All right, great. I'm happy. I'm happy because I mean I am really looking forward to both of you doing things together. I feel like there's a lot
Yeah,
that you can do together.
definitely. I think he is too. I don't know. I'll go check his interview with you and what he said to you because just to
Mm,
make sure.
yeah.
But we have been talking about doing things together. There's what was so confusing with BU and I's relationship for other people is because they're not used to seeing that kind of connect. People aren't used to seeing that kind of connect where it's platonic and there's nothing romantic behind it,
Mm,
but there's a connection. And I was saying to someone
mm.
else who would always ask me, what does that mean? But he was flirting. No, 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 no. You don't get it because it's something that transcends the normal sphere of relationships, and we wanted to explore that more because that is a real thing.
You know what? The highlight for me of this conversation right now is the fact that you are saying it yourself, that it was platonic. And that was something that a lot of people did not really understand. And even Tato, sorry for bringing in Tato again, but Tato did not really understand because there was a night that she was having a conversation with BU, and it felt like she was accusing BU of leading you on, leading Acacia on. And then she was also insinuating that it seemed as though BU was leading her on. And I'm like, BU never even got close to you. What? you know? So BU was trying to explain that to her. But the word he did not use was platonic. He kept on trying to explain that it is a connection, a friendship. But Tato did not understand. So she kept on saying that, well, you're flirting with Yoli. And I'm like, people have friends of the opposite gender. And there's never been a problem with that. So I'm actually happy that you are explaining that now so that people will understand, you know.
Yeah,
Mm,
absolutely. I wish people do understand, and they just accept it for what it is, see it for what it is, and don't think too much. Just allow it to exist, and you'll see.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so let me check off the next question. Let me check off the next question. All right, this one now. I just want. I don't. I'm not looking for a reaction, but I just want to know what you're going to say. If you had the chance, if you had the chance to go back into the house now, like this week, if I before
Ooh,
tomorrow Sunday, Yoli, what will you do? What's gonna be your strategy?
you see, nice girl. I will leave her at the door. Which one be nice girl? I will walk in and scatter, scatter, scatter everything.
Oh God! Oh God!
I will play. Angity they playing. Angity they busy playing. I will also play, my dear. I will.
Oh my God! No, for real, for real, for real. Because there are times that I literally fantasize like, what if Yoli comes back into the house and then she's like this, and then she starts dealing with, especially Gashon. This is our
I
first
will
target.
deal with Gashman personally, one to one. I'll start there.
No, but for real, for real, for real, for real, it
Yeah,
would
but you know
it
what,
would
Glory?
be.
To be honest, yeah, that environment can be really toxic, especially for a personality like mine. And so, I would have to think really long and hard if I was to consider going back, because I think it served its purpose as well. Everything happens the way it's supposed to, and I think what. I would never want my sanity to be questioned and start really feeling drained like I was in that last week. So no, me, I'm good. Let them continue. We'll catch them after school.
Yes, yes. But really, I'm very curious though. Um, being the way you are, right? Because I will still say it again. When I think of Yuri, I think of one who is uncorrupted. That is what I'm saying, uncorrupted mindset, personality wise. You have this positive energy all around you, and then you told yourself, Yoli, I'm gonna go have this experience. What actually motivated or inspired you to go into that kind of confined space? Because that's like a shark's den. What really inspired you?
But it wasn't. But it wasn't supposed to be. I mean, look at this show in other countries. That's what that's where I'll fight you a bit on it's a shark's tank. Look at this show in other countries. I've watched Big Brother Nigeria. I've watched Big Brother Africa. I've never seen what I was what I saw here. I always see something different. So for I didn't expect it to be a shark's tank like Survivor or some fear factor or whatever. But by virtue of who we were with, it was the energies in the house that converted it to look like that, which is why my energy I feel was very necessary. Because if I'm to go back in the house now, I feel like it's very heavy. Then if I'm to watch now, I will be able to feel like it's tense, it's heavy, it's probably not as light as it was. And so, what motivated me to do that is the most important reason why I wanted to be in that house was for representation of bigger bodies. That's
Yeah,
why I
you
wanted to
mentioned.
do this. I've never seen a body like mine on Big Brother South Africa, and so that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted, when people look at me, I wanted them to see relatability. I wanted them to see an authentic person. I wanted that, because I wanted to be able to, when I go outside, to continue this friendship with all those that have followed me, And that's what it feels like now. It feels like I have genuine friends that are going to follow me. If I want to start this, I'm going to do this, and they're going to be there because they can relate to a person like that. We are vulnerable human beings. We are naive human beings. Not everybody is as calculating and manipulative. It's not. That's not true. It's a lie. And so to see a character like me in the show, I think was relatable for most people. But then there are people that are watching this game because they want to see a winner, and so those people will, will gravitate to who they gravitate towards. But I'm so happy with the people that have found me and have chose to support me. And I don't like using the words fans, but the supporters that I've come out with are really my kinds of people that I can actually call. I feel like I can actually call them. I've had calls with them, and it feels like a real person, not just someone that's going to support you just because they want the next drama out of you. That's draining. That's so draining that now you have to be this persona. No. And so I'm happy with what the experience did for me. I really am.
Yeah, and I also want to commend you on your message on body positivity. There was a conversation that you were having. Okay, there was a day you were having a conversation with BU about the crush thing, and then Gashon was there, and then you mentioned something about you have to lose weight. I love the way you immediately shut him down.
Yeah.
And for me, that was very, very strong of
Yeah.
you because that needed to be said. I love the question you asked him. Have you ever seen me going around the house looking miserable that, oh, I'm fat? I
Yeah.
love the way you shut him down because the truth is, in the world where we live in today, I don't know if it happens in Africa, but here in Nigeria, we see a lot of that happening. We see women running away from their true self and going
Of
to do
course.
injection, body enhancement, the
Of
doing
course.
all manner of things to their bodies because they want to fit into the new stereotype. Because I see it as a new stereotype. They want to fit into a new narrative. But then
Yeah.
I watched you. I'm sorry to say, but I have to mention during the shower hour, babe, you were basking in all of your fullness, in all of your glory in the house. When you felt like it, you put on your makeup, you bounce out, start off your day, you're happy. You never complained about, oh, my arm, my this, my that.
Never.
I felt like without you even knowing it, you passed on a very, very strong and positive message to a
Yeah.
lot of women out there that are plus size like you. Even you and Dinky, you people were doing the same thing
Yeah.
unconsciously. The
Yeah.
confidence in the way you carried yourself, the way you
Yeah.
expressed yourself, and you were very vocal. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of women who are plus size, they feel they shrink so
Yeah.
that other people will shine. But you
Yeah.
were very, very out there, and I really appreciate, the fact that you were able to do that. So thank you very much.
Ah,
Yes.
Glory. That's then my mission is accomplished. Just hearing you say that, you've just summed up Yoli, and just hearing you say that, I'm so happy that that came through, and I'm just so grateful that that's something that really resonated with people. I wanted them to feel that. It's hard work. It's not easy because now the lens was on you, and you're especially in that environment, everybody's in your space constantly, and of course you can't help but to look over and temporarily feel a certain way. You've got to work harder to remind yourself of who you are. And so if people saw that and loved it, job complete, job
We
done.
basically loved it. We totally loved it. We loved it. But before we continue to the last question, let's talk a bit about Vinyl. Why do you think Vinyl chose you to play that funny strategy?
I
Coming
have
to the
no freaking
table.
idea. Even to this day, Glory, I have no idea why he even said that to me. I remember saying to him in the gym the night after he had said that, I said to him, "Why did you say that to me? Why did you say that to me? I was living perfectly, and then why did you say that?" And he just would giggle it off and always say after school is after school or whatever the hell. I don't even know what that is anymore.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. All part of his game. I think everybody was playing a game, and I didn't even take it to heart that much. I was like, okay, cool. But let me tell my friend Norman. Let me say, well, Norman, this is what happened, child. And then, yeah. So I mean, the whole Rhino thing, he knows what his intentions were in the game, and yeah, he played it how he played it.
Do you feel like he gaslighted you unnecessarily?
Maybe, maybe. But owing to the conversations we've had after the house and other media rounds we've been doing, I don't know if gaslight's the right word, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. And if he did, that reflects more on him than it does on me. I was just upset coming out and seeing on social media that I made it up or that I lied about it. And I was like, oh, you know what? This is rooted in fat phobia, actually, because people can't genuinely believe that Vino would say that to me. And so I was like, oh, shame. That's a projection that people are having on themselves. But you know what? We all saw it. We all know what happened. So
Because I
what we
actually felt off. I felt like that was him gaslighting you without even knowing it. Because it was very obvious. I think he also said it during the very session. He wanted to try out a new strategy in the house. Sister Mara had challenged him with the veto power saver in place, and he felt the heat from Sister Mara, the pressure to want to prove himself. So he felt like he wanted to do more, play a new strategy. And I take
yeah.
offense that he told you to say that too. And then it wasn't just him saying what he said, but he was also going ahead to be what he was with Terry. And knowing the kind of person Terry was, with the temper, with the loudness and all of that, I felt like that was kind of like him trying to draw a certain kind of drama from, between you and Terry. Yeah. And
Yeah, I
if the
think he
conversation, yeah,
I
go,
think
go.
maybe that might be true. Maybe he was expecting it to pop off and me to go straight to tear. I don't know, but I
Mm.
was never going to do that. And I'll say to this day, I really like Terry, guys, and I believe her and Vino will make a great couple. And so I didn't want to be in any kind of any stealing my man drama or zero glory. And so I wasn't gonna say anything about it ever. Somebody said to me the other day I was breaking girl code by not telling her, and in my head it's not my place to say, because this is not a real environment. This is all simulated environment, and we don't know what people's intentions are. If I knew what his intentions are and then he broke them and then I was the cause of it, then I would have gone to her. But in a game like this where you don't know anybody's true intentions, why would I even enter myself?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't enter
Because
myself.
I was also confused. You see, when I watch you guys having your conversation, I try to break it down in my head and ask myself, okay, what if this happened and what if that happened? So I had a couple of questions. First things first, I felt like, okay, why didn't Yoli, tell it to Terry? And then I had to consider the other part of, okay, first of all, are they close? If it had happened to Venus and Venus had actually had a conversation with Terry, then I can definitely predict how the conversation and
Yeah.
the outcome would be. But then I wasn't really
Mm.
sure if you were 100% close to Terry. So I just thought, okay, maybe it was safe if you did not break it out to Terry like that, right? Because you never know what her reaction might be. She might think, oh,
Yeah,
you are
exactly.
yeah, true.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I didn't even, sorry, I was reading the comments. That's why I really didn't want to even get involved in it, because it wasn't my place. Deal with your man and your own way. You know what I mean? It wasn't my place to enter that. I wasn't going to enter it. Um, but and when Terry sees whatever she does see, I hope she doesn't bear any ill will towards me as well, because I genuinely like her. I really like her.
The
Again,
first
in my
time that conversation
naivety.
came up, the first time the conversation came up, people actually thought it was a lie. Because as I said, sometimes the camera doesn't show us everything. The camera only shows us one conversation at a time. So I think you first said that to, I think, Norman, that, oh, this is what this guy said. You were shocked. And then people were like, Yoli is lying. When did this happen? But then we have to also bear in mind that, okay, there's a possibility that conversation happened without
But
us
there was a
even knowing.
second conversation too. It wasn't
Yeah,
just
it was the second one. It was the second conversation. I think it was the night that the cake issue happened with Norman and
yeah.
BU. Yeah, that we now saw. The camera showed us live and direct. We say, okay, Vino will cut you. We'll cut you today. Like, live. And the only funny thing, the way that conversation happened that day, oh my God, I wish Vino was here. Vino was so slick, like a smooth operator. He was saying it to you, and then Terry comes and joins you people at the table, and then boom, he switches the conversation like he wasn't even saying anything. I'm like, oh my god, this guy.
Fear man, oh, fear
I
man. I keep
swear,
telling you.
honestly, the way he switched, it was scary. And also, there was also you seated at that same table, and you were all poised, maintaining beauty and calmness. And I'm thinking, Glory, if you were the one, what would you have done? I would have broken by the head. Period.
That's the thing. You know what? Maybe you can say this is my strategy as well. Maybe you just revealed my strategy that I didn't even know was a strategy. Look at this with the exact same conversation you're talking about. Who came out looking like the villain in that conversation?
Ah, it's you.
Exactly. No, but now because of how I didn't react and how I kept my composure
Mm,
and kept my poise, you then the
yeah.
focus then switched to Vino and what his ill intentions might have been in that conversation. You highlight
Mm,
how he came off in that conversation whilst I
mm,
came off, wow, look at how she's handling it. And so sometimes it's better to just always choose the upper hand. Sometimes choose
mm,
grace and poise sometimes. And I was never ever going to, in my language we say jampisa.
mm,
How do you translate blow the top off over a
yeah.
man? No, it
And
was.
I'm really thankful that the camera turned on that conversation that particular night. Because to be very frank with you, the first time that revelation came up, the first time you mentioned it to Norman, I did not really like a lot of people, not just me, we were very, very skeptical of that information. I remember you and Norman were in, is it at the fire pit in
Yeah,
the
we were
garden?
outside.
Yeah, you were outside when you were having that conversation, when you were telling Norman. Honestly, that was like the juiciest. Oh my god, I wish Norman was here. That was the juiciest gist of the season. Norman's facial expression, the way he was like, oh my god. Oh my god, it was so sweet. There are days where I literally replay that video over and over again
I
because I
love
just
us.
love.
I
Oh my
love Norman
god.
and I love us. I'm obsessed
Nah,
with
you,
us.
you guys, you people are trouble. If they put you people in one space, you people can cause trouble in that space. So it was really fun. But the gist was too juicy to be true. So a lot of people actually felt okay. Yoli is probably trying to, cook up some drama in the house with a lie. And we were waiting to see if Vino was going to pursue you the way he pursued Terry, but nothing was happening. So we were just confused, like, what's going on? And then, lo and behold, that second conversation happened. And the fact that you were vindicated was because you were just watching him. You was talking, you were eating, and he was there shooting himself in the leg 1 million times over.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just nodded and smiled. I nodded and
yeah.
smiled. Like, go
Oh my
ahead,
goodness.
boy. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, but that night, I felt like, okay, this is the height of it. And what Bino did not know was that we had already seen his conversation with Temba, how he had blasted Terry, talking about Terry is not my type, Terry is loud, Terry is this, Terry is that. He
Come
had
on.
he had said a whole lot. And then
Come
he now came and then
on.
had that conversation with you. So it was like him just the bomb just blowing up in his face without him even realizing it. People were actually offended. Yeah.
Damn.
People were
That's crazy. That is
offended.
crazy. That's
But you know
crazy.
what? You know what? Enough of all the BB and Zanzi drama. You're out here now. You are living your best life, I'm sure. And
I'm
we are
having a
looking
great
for,
time.
yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the amazing things that you are planning. And we would love to be a part of your plan. So what is the next step for you now?
So basically, I had no idea how much people really enjoyed me, in my acting roles. And they also did a lot for me. Like for me, personally, I felt really good doing all of that. So I am going to go back to stage acting and maybe pursue camera acting as well. Um, looking for agencies at the moment to help facilitate that because I mean, I was never ready for what is now happening.
Mm.
again, I was not ready. So just to see that, and then obviously I'm still very passionate about representation of bigger bodies, so I really want to do more talk seminars on things like that, and maybe, you know, work with some brands that are affiliated to those kinds of things. I want to make sure people, know that I'm still alive and I'm active and I'm present, and I still have lots to say. There's things that we weren't allowed to talk about in the house, certain things that we were restricted to certain conversations as well. And so people are now seeing different sides to me. The funny part is that when they watch me and they watch my TikTok channel, and they're like, "Whoa, Gandhi, this is who you are," and I'm like, "Yeah." It's just that sometimes, especially in the house, you found people really competing for main stage, like on always, I'm gonna one up you, I'm gonna one up you, I'm gonna one up you, and that kind of energy makes me I don't reciprocate well to that type of energy, because sometimes a queen, you can tell she's a queen without her having to talk. Her aura resonates that, the way she handles herself resonates that. So I knew I'd attract a certain caliber of supporter, and I was looking for that. I wasn't looking for noise. I was looking for those souls. There's really genuine, authentic souls out there that will really rally behind you, and that value intellect, and that value stimulating conversations. So yeah, I attracted those exact people. Those are the people that I have that are supporting me, and I'm just so happy. I'm happy. There's genuine, sweet, kind, caring people that relate to that naivety that was on display in the house. They relate because, we get rolled over and screwed over so many times in life, and so to know that you're not alone, and you can almost leverage on someone else's strength as well, it helps. And so yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm so happy to be out of the house. You have no idea. I will match that 2 million. Whoever wins it, by the time they come out, I would have matched.
No, for real, Yoli, I am sure. And honestly, I just feel like there's a lot that you should do. You speak so well, and trust me, I think I've mentioned this to some of your colleagues. I mentioned it to BU, QV, starting up a YouTube channel. And I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. I'm saying it because I've watched you people and I noticed, okay, there are certain things that you can bring to a space like this and people will definitely embrace it. Look at you. You represent plus size women proudly, proudly, richly represent plus size women. I feel like your confidence, you can actually pass it on through content creation to the community out there. There's so
Yeah.
many people. I mean, look at you, you're so beautiful. Look at your face, your hair. Is that your natural hair? Yoli?
No, this is a ponytail that I've attached.
No, not this one, the one you carried in the house.
Oh, no, no, no. I had sew in extensions. The front part was all mine, all
Oh,
around here. And then I had like 2 or 3 tracks that I had in the back for volume. So I
oh,
had my natural hair in the top, and then I had some tracks sewed in so that I could still lift it up, because even all the back was mine, and I had gone around and just added some tracks. So I wanted a fuller
you
look,
know
but I
what?
experiment with my hair a
Oh,
lot.
you know what? I'm not trying to sound like anybody's mommy, but I just feel like the way you presented yourself, the way you carried yourself, do not, for any reason, shrink. Don't go into hiding. You need to be out there. People need to suck up from all of that goodness. There was
Oh,
so much goodness that you put on there. And I'm not saying this because you are here. No, I'm not. But
I believe
clearly,
you. I believe what you're
yeah,
saying from a
yeah.
genuine place.
And I subscribed to your YouTube channel. I came across your channel a couple of days back, and so I quickly subscribed to it because I am hoping that you are going to start putting out content
Yes, I
out there.
am. I am. I'm
Mhm.
so ready for you guys. You know what? I have a
Yeah.
lot of learning to do in terms of how to navigate this new world, but I'm here and I'm gonna give the people what they're asking for. I will.
Please,
I will.
please, give it to us. Give it to us. But aside the acting and, what else should we also look out for? I'm asking this question because I'm sure that your South African people, they're also here on this live stream right now, and they are like your nearest audience, if you know what I mean. I mean, most of your fans, they're also here in Nigeria, but there are also the bulk of them that are based in South Africa. There are so many of them from other parts of the world.
Yeah.
So what is that thing? Do you have any product? Do you
Well,
have
it
any
is okay. So at the
specific
moment, I'm planning some meet and greet events. Like I've got an event tomorrow in my hometown here. I'm back in my hometown. Been here for this is my second day, and so I have an event happening tomorrow. Please, you can check out my Instagram stories for that. I will be having a meet and greet, but also it's the most important thing is to not lose momentum in terms of making sure people can still see me. What they loved was watching me every day in terms of what am I doing every day, etc., etc. So the Instagram stories will help to facilitate that. So at the moment, yeah, just try doing appearances. But I will all those details, it happens one at a time. We just got out. We literally just got out, and so most important thing for us to do is to recalibrate our minds. So we really are. It's hard. You don't just go out and then come back in and you're okay again. You've got to do the whole debriefing process and recalibrating process. And so, from next week as well, you should see a lot more. I'm working on skits, a lot of skits with Norman. Norman and I are going to do lots of comedic skits on YouTube and lots of content together. Zeno and I as well, and BU and I as well are going to be doing some acting skits together as well on YouTube.
I'm totally looking forward to it. Okay, guys. I know I've been the one asking questions, and I am seeing the comment section bubbling with so what are those people arguing again in the comment section? You know what?
Why
If you
are they
have
arguing?
if you have your questions, just go ahead and dump them in the comment section so that Yoli can take your questions. All right. So if there's anything I did not cover, just go ahead and ask your question, and Yoli will answer. Okay. So whilst we are waiting for your questions, Yoli, who do you want and who do you think will win the show this season?
Um. Wow. Since we're playing a vicious conniving game this season, and we're playing that kind of game. Let me just think for a second. So I don't want anybody to win. I'm just thinking who might win. All my winners are out of the house. So who do I think is gonna win? Probably Temba will win.
Hmm. Why?
Probably Temba or Mpo or Terry. Maybe that's the
So
top three.
what did you see? What did you see that informed your thought?
Oh, their fan bases, the people that's oh Gashwan, Gashwan as well. Gashwan, I'll put him in that top four because of the type of game that we're playing for this season of Big Brother South Africa is playing a different game completely. So, yeah, I'd put Paul, Temba, Gashwan, Terry. If I was doing a top five, my fifth would be maybe Sister Mara. Yeah, why I saw well Mpo and Timba and Gashwan have a very big following, and so one of them will definitely win. One of them will definitely take it, and their fans, they're fans. But yeah, go ahead, support your faves in the house. Vote for your
Yeah.
faves in the house.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes because from experience, I know that with the Big Brother show, a following on social media is quite different from the voting following. So let's hope that
Who do
it
you
goes.
think will win, Glory?
If I say it, this channel, people will come and bash me. So what I normally do is
Oh,
I
so
wait.
you allow me to say it so that they can come and bash me? I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg.
I can tell you who I think the people I think will make it top five, but about who I think will win. As you said, the conniving game this season
Yeah,
is
this
crazy.
season is the conniving season.
It's beyond me. It's beyond me. But it's scaring me. It's scaring me from the way I'm looking at things. It's looking like there's every likelihood that Mpo, Temba, what is the other person's name? Mpo, Temba, Sister Mara, three of them, they will make it to the final. I don't know
Yeah,
if South Africa does top four or top five. Nigeria does top five. And the reason I say those three people is because of their story, their background story.
definitely,
Um, yeah,
definitely,
Sister Mara
definitely.
has the entire LGBTQ community pushing here.
Yeah,
Crazy. The entire, yeah. And what's her name? Mpo. By virtue of the fact that she's a sangoma and what else? Her story. She has a way of playing the victim card, and a lot of people seem to be able to relate with that. So she's really winning her game by playing that card.
Oh, okay.
She's seriously playing the victim card. I mean, it's like she just came, created the script, and she's been running with it nonstop. I don't know if you heard some conversations that some of the housemates had 2 days ago. Okay, Temba was having a conversation with Venus. Venus was saying that she would like to be friends with Pope. And then Temba was saying that, are you sure you'll be able to keep up? Because number one, Mpo has three different personalities. There's the personality that is very friendly and happy. So one minute you see her, she's playing with everybody in the house. And the next minute, it's like when she realizes that, oh my God, I'm being too happy. She goes back into her shell. And she's looking if anybody saw her going back into her shell, you know. And then there's
Mm.
that personality, yeah. And then there's that personality that's very competitive. I don't know if you noticed this week she's been very, very, very out there, productive when it came to the task, showing herself, shining. So I think her cards are really working, whatever she's doing. Yeah.
Wow. Let's wait and see this. In fact, but you know what? I don't know how much of it I'm gonna continue to watch. To be completely honest with you, I don't know how much of it I'm gonna continue to watch. But we'll see when the winner is announced because we'll be back for the finale. So we'll see. But right now I'm so busy focused on other things that to watch it is like a bit going back. When you're out of the house, you've got to detach completely. You've got to be out of the house. So we focus on who's still here.
Okay. So there are a few questions for you in the comment section. Someone is asking for your relationship status. I don't know why they want to know that.
Single as a Pringle.
Okay. Okay, so another person is asking the location of your meet and greet. I'm presuming that person is in South Africa.
Yeah, it's in South Africa. We're in Durban, at a bar called Authentic Bar in Florida Road in Durban. If you are in Durban, this is the first leg of the meet and greet. It is in my hometown, but of course we will be making it to Johannesburg and Cape Town as well. But Nigeria, man, I love you so much. I
Honestly,
love you. Adopt me. Take me. I'm okay with this country. Let's go.
let me just tell you something, Yoli. The moment you land in Nigeria, there's one rich Igbo man. There's one rich Igbo man that will just come and marry you. Do you know why? It's not a stereotype thing, but there are Igbo
Yeah.
men, they really love fleshy women that are light
Yes.
skinned.
This I know. This I know very well.
They are going to
All of
look
my
for you.
exes have been Nigerian, Congolese, or Ghanaian. So sign me up. Sign me up.
You heard? People out there, did you people hear? No, but for real. Also, this is saying that they want to shoot their shot. Okay, that's Tracy Minaj. Okay.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know, I
Yeah.
think at this point you need to share your handles: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Just go ahead and
Okay.
share it so we can follow
So
you.
my handles are literally the same everywhere. It's that girl Yoli on all platforms. My Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube, my TikTok. You'll see a different side of me on TikTok. That's my favorite side to show. I'm also a Gemini, so there's different sides to me as well. My TikTok is my favorite side to show. Couldn't get that out in the house because we don't have music. And so when you take away music away from me, it's like you're taking away my reason for breathing. And so it was hard to connect to that part of me. But yeah, please go and check me out on everywhere. I'm that girl Yoli everywhere.
All right, guys, you heard? You heard? That's girl Yoli. I mean, Yoli is not really hard to find on Instagram, really. You just type Yoli and her name just comes up first. So just go ahead
Are you
and
saying I
follow
can
her
now
now.
Google myself and I'll find stuff? Damn. Damn. Things have changed.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. If you have any more questions, just go ahead and drop your questions in the comment section. so that we can ask Yoli. All right. I have exhausted my questions. I mean, Yoli, thank you so much, really, for answering all the questions,
Thank you
shedding
for
light.
having me here. This was so nice. This was exactly what I expected because I've only heard good things. And
Um,
so, yeah, I'm happy I did this and thank you for having me.
yeah, thank you so much, Yoli. I'm just going to check through if there are any more questions, and if
Okay.
there aren't, then I don't know what happened. Norman,
Oh,
Norman,
hold on. Let me read the. I got a message from him earlier.
oh, okay, okay,
Got a rush to a meeting, but please tell Glory thank you so much.
okay,
That was fun. I'm sorry it was so short. Please apologize for me. That's what Norman
mm,
says.
okay, okay. Norman, we are not offended. We're actually happy that you were able to show up for a few minutes. I mean, that was rich for me. That was rich. Yoli, someone is asking for your birthday.
For
Your birthday.
my birthday is June 20 in the
June
winter
20.
time.
Okay, guys, did you hear that? June 20. Okay. Oh my God, Yoli. I don't know if you want to answer this question. Someone is asking if you are bisexual.
You know what? I don't discriminate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, someone is asking a question. Ask Yoli if she has any problem with food. That's actually strange.
If I have a problem with them poor,
Yeah.
why would anybody ask that? No, I don't have a problem with them poor. People are looking for spice. People love
Yes.
spice.
Okay. 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 All right, Yoli. That's all the question. Can we see your face?
I don't know
Before
what
we.
happened to the cam and why I disappeared on,
Whoa.
but I'm
Okay.
here.
So you're here. Whoa.
Let me see if I do
Um.
this.
I
Oh,
think you
now
were
this.
going to move on to Norman's message.
Oh yeah, something happened there.
Yeah. Okay. It's about to show that you're back, but it disappeared
Oh
again.
guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Maybe my battery is not my battery. Nah, nah, nah. I don't know. Oh,
Okay, you know what?
sorry, Glory.
Let me
Just
remove you
imagine.
and I'll be back. Oh my God. Okay, so I was trying to add Yoli back, but I don't know if it's her battery. I don't know if her battery is low. But guys, for real, I'm just gonna just be here and see if Yoli is going to come back. But I had a refreshing time. I am so happy we had this conversation with Yoli. And guys, apologies about Norman. As you all heard, he had to go for a meeting. And aside that, his network was really bad. Okay, Yoli is back. Let me add Yoli.
I'm here.
Um. Okay, Yoli, welcome back.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome back. Oh my God, I was so scared that you were gone. But thank you so much for
No,
coming
I'm
back,
here.
Yoli.
I just wanted to make sure that you could see me. So when we say goodbye, you can see me.
Yeah. Anyway, Yoli, thank you so much. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. Thank you so much for being open to this conversation. Thank you so much for clearing the air. Thank you so much for sharing all that you shared with us. I am really grateful. You are so humble, and it is really, really nice to meet people who have been exposed to such a platform and then they come out and they are still very humble. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for that. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Glory, for having me. I will remain like this. I'm determined to prove people wrong when they say fame changes you. Doesn't have
Mm,
to. Um,
yeah.
Still your girl. Always will be. Down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we are
you for me.
still looking forward to your content.
Yeah.
YouTube, TikTok, and I am actually praying and hoping for you that you go beyond those platforms. Netflix, Showmax, movies, series.
Oh,
We totally want to see
oh,
you on the
I
bigger stage.
receive, man. I
Yeah,
receive, I receive all that.
we
Oh,
really want to see you on the bigger stage because we watched you. We watched how you performed in the house, and that was so professional. We don't want all of that to be restricted to just social media few minutes content.
Yeah.
We want a bigger stage for you. So really hoping that you get to pull through with all of that.
Oh, I received those prayers, sis. And yeah, let's just see. God knows what He's doing. He's He knows why He put me there and why I'm out. So we'll just continue to push. Thank you so much, Glory, for having me.
You're welcome, Yoli. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun
You
and eat
too.
whatever you like.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, bye. Okay. Wow, guys. Woof. I feel full. Where you have a very, very rich conversation and you're satisfied with how the conversation went. That is exactly how I feel right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly share the link to this conversation, okay? If you would like to join me on the virtual conversation right now, just click on the link and you will be on the stage as well. But for me, guys, I feel like honestly, I just feel like Yoli really did a lot in the house, even though it seemed like, oh, she wasn't one of those dramatic people. I feel like she actually gave what she needed to give in that house. And at the end of the day, I feel like it still boils down to playing your game, and aside playing your game, also impacted on the audience. So I feel like she actually did great in that regard. But I don't know about you all, and that is why I shared the link in the comment section below. So if you would love to come on this conversation right now and discuss with me, just go ahead and click on the link that you can see there right now, and let's have a proper conversation. Okay? So who wants to go first? Um, waiting to see who wants to go first. So I've shared the link again. You can click on that. Whilst I'm waiting for you guys to join the conversation, let me just quickly go ahead and read some of your comments. So Zui Adams is saying, hi Glory, I enjoyed your convo with Yoli. You guys were like, you knew each other from Adam. Nice one. Thank you so much, Adams. Thank you so much. I mean, Yoli is such a sweet soul and she's very, very open. And so it's very easy to have a proper conversation with Yoli. I really enjoyed my conversation with Yoli. I don't know about you guys. Um, Esther said, Glory, your confusion was very nice. Thank you so much. Is it confusion or am I thinking it's conversation? Okay, I don't know which one you mean, but whichever one you mean, thank you so much regardless. There's someone that's trying to join this live right now, but your devices are not connected. So please try to connect your devices, okay? So that you will be able to have a conversation with me. Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good yourself.
I'm fine, thank you so much. You have a beautiful name, you Lutricia. What does it mean?
Lutricia.
Yeah, what
I
does it
don't know,
mean?
but it's a name. When I check it on Google, they say it's a name from Patricia, Patricia, Lutricia. I don't know what it means. I don't think my
Okay.
mother knows as well.
Anyway, it's a nice name. I love your name. Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from?
I'm originally from Pretoria in South Africa, but I'm currently in Bloemfontein in South Africa.
All right, that's nice. You're absolutely welcome. So I don't know, were you on the conversation with myself and Yoli from the start?
Yes, yes, I was.
Okay, so what's your reaction to the conversation? Are you satisfied? Did you enjoy the conversation?
Oh, you know what? I enjoyed it. I've always wanted to be on your live um, conversations with housemates, even from Big Brother Niger. I always follow you. I love you. I always wait for your comments when I didn't watch. So I
Mhm.
really enjoyed it, and Lord showed me a part of her. I wish she could hear this. When she was the deputy head of house, what they did with Sister Mara is what other head of house and deputy head of house didn't do before. That was Tools and Libo. then it was
Yeah.
September. They worked together, and Yoli took charge of her part as a deputy head of house. That's why somewhere I tried to comment to say, leadership is a wisdom from God, Glory. So it automatically came out of her. She started a women's conference, spoke to them so that who are you going to work with as a male and all that. So, and by virtue of her being evicted in the house, it's not that she failed, it's because her journey ended there.
Yeah.
So I
agree
really wanted to hear that she mustn't think that she lost it, because when it comes to Big Brother, whether Niger or South Africa or Africa, it doesn't matter. Once you are in that house, when you come out being a different person. So you are a winner in a different way.
I totally agree with you, 100%. And I hope Yoli is still on this live. I wish she's still around to hear this. I mean, you're 100% correct. It does not mean
Yes.
that she failed in any way. It does not mean that she did not really do anything. I mean, as I said before, she went in there, she did what needed to be done. The short time she was there, she made a lot of impact. Social impact,
Exactly.
moral impact. Yeah, she did a lot, yes, and I feel like, well, she played that game the way she wanted to play it to the best of her capacity, and she did well. Yeah. So if you had joined us on the virtual conversation, which question would you have asked Yoli? Did you have any question you wanted to ask Yoli?
The question that I would have asked her is that what was actually the issue between her and Mpho? I think it was in the first or the second week, ne? Because they tried to Norman intervened, and she went to approach Mpho. Mpho was cooking at the time. I like Mpho a lot. I didn't appreciate how Mpho responded to her, but I was equally happy that they ended up settling their issue. I wanted to ask her what was her view. Was she really negative towards Mpho because she's a Sangoma, or it was just a coincidence? It happens that you react this way and a person interprets it in another way.
Yeah. I really like this question, and I did not. Honestly, if you notice the pattern of how I ask these housemates questions, I try to ask them the question not as if I was there when anything was happening, because at the end of the day, I am a viewer, right? I did not live the experiences that they were having. They are the ones that actually lived their experiences. And I am hoping that when people comes out, whether as the winner or anything, that we are able to have that conversation with her. Because Yoli was not the only person that tried breaking through to Mpo. Nale tried. I'm thinking which other housemates tried as well. I think some other housemates tried.
Even
Yeah,
Libo was many times.
yeah. I mean, no, Livo's one. Livo was like a constant until he got fed up, right? But I feel like Mpo kind of built this wall around herself, not because she's a sangoma, but I think it has to do with the game. And the reason I'm saying that is because, take for instance, every other housemate who has a strong personality, like Mpo, she did not 100% allow them in. She didn't open herself for them. But when Ntabi came into the house, she allowed Ntabi to come through. And if you look at Ntabi's personality in the house, Ntabi is a bright young woman. She has a personality, but she also has the tendency to shrink a lot. She
Yes.
also has she also has the tendency to be a follower. Like if Ntabi, what she's showing us in the house at the moment, if she likes you, she's just following you head on. Whatever you do, whatever you say. I mean, you look at the little things that happen. She and Mpo, they're having a conversation, and then the next minute Mpo is saying, "Let's go," and Ntabi immediately stands up and follows Mpo, regardless of whatever she's doing. You look at little things like that, and you're asking yourself, okay, so why is Mpo? What is so special about Ntabi that Mpo is open to having a very strong friendship with Ntabi and not open to having a strong friendship with the likes of Nale? Like, for instance, she described Nale as being condescending. with Yoli. I think she accused Yoli of not eating her food. But then when you think about it, you're like, but this is the first week. People are just getting to know one another. So, it's not expected that people just begin to be best friends from day one, day two. Nah, there has to be time. But then with Ntabi, still going back to Ntabi, you will notice that the very first week that Ntabi got into the house, she and Umpo, they already had a very, very strong friendship, So for me as well, just as you have a question, that's the same way I am also thinking about it. That could it be that, there's something, could it be that it's imposed strategy? Could it be that it's a game to be closed off to genuine connection in the house, or probably potential genuine connections? I don't know. So hopefully when info comes out, we get to have a conversation with her, and maybe she will have an answer to that question, because I think Yoli actually tried. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
and that shows a good character in her. And when you touch the issue of Ntabi, if you can remember when she first came in the house, Ntabi mentioned that she's the only child, and she was raised by her mother, a single parent. And I think, we also need to understand that these housemates are human just like us. A person who is the only child, they normally have sister issues. And worse with her, she says she didn't grow up with her father. She doesn't have a relationship with her father. She has father issues as well. A person who was born alone, they normally, when they get a female friend, they get too much attached to them because they have sister issues. They need someone who can tell them something, show them love. And Mpo as well, from what she told us, she says she was rejected and what in the outside before the house. So I think every time when she suspects or realize a small thing that somebody is judging her because of her gift or whatever, then she immediately withdraws completely without giving the person a chance. And she doesn't even give an ear to listen. You get that? So, and Ntabi is one person who never gave her that. I think that's why she's also clinging to Ntabi. And Ntabi, people will think that she's following Mpo and what, not knowing that in her character, she is the only child. People who are born alone, sometimes they've got such characters. I'm not saying it is right or wrong, but she has sister issues. She doesn't have a brother or anything. So whoever friend she finds a sister and a friend in that person. So I don't judge her. But
Yeah, and I like what you said. I mean, it's always very important to draw a connection between these housemates that play the Big Brother game and their backgrounds, because at the end of the day, they are human after all, just like you and I. They have emotions, they have feelings, they have blood running through their veins. But on the flip side, if you also think about it, you look at the first day Ntabi got into the house. I'm not judging Ntabi or Po now, just feeling facts about what we saw. So the first day Ntabi got into the house, who was the first person that got acquainted with Ntabi? Who was the first person that got friendly with Ntabi? It was Nali. Same thing
yes,
for
yes,
yeah, it was
yeah,
Nali. Yeah, I just have to point that out so that we also look at it from a broader, perspective as well. That if Ntabi really is being engineered by, childhood memories or probably trauma or whatever, just looking for the need to be close to someone, I think it would have been Nali. Trust me. I think it would have been Nali, because that first day, that night, Nale really, really played the role of the perfect host. And
yeah,
the next day, yeah, and the next day, Tabi had a diary session, and Big Brother asked her what she felt about the housemate. I think it was Tuesday she had a diary session. Yeah, Tuesday. What did she say? She said she feels connected to Nali. Nali was very nice to her. Nali has been nice. And then in a matter of days, things changed. Things changed. Before we knew it, we started seeing that closeness between Ntabi and Mpo. So initially it started off as just like an innocent kind of closeness. And then before we knew it, we noticed that Ntabi started getting offended unnecessarily. she started getting irritated unnecessarily. I mean, in that first week, she was throwing comments like, "This house, like nobody should bring that energy to her." And I'm looking at her and I'm wondering, uh-uh, you just came into this house on Sunday. So what do you mean by nobody should throw energy at you? I mean, nobody has thrown any energy at you. So when you hear such comments from her, you know that it can only come from conversation that she has had with people. Because when she had conversations with Nale, there was no reference to, oh, this house, people are wicked, people are this, people are that, people are condescending. There was no conversations like that. But when she started having conversations with people, she started sucking up all the unseen tensions. You get? Well, to be very honest, yeah, that's why I said I'm just gonna chill when Info and the Tabby comes out. Hopefully, if I am able to get into them, I would really love to, engage them in the conversation because I try as much as possible not to judge what these housemates are doing like they are actually the ones doing it in their right senses. I see every single thing that they do on the show as a game, as a strategy, because some of the things they do, they shock me, they baffle me, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
remember, you are right. You are very right. You reminded me something that I forgot. Remember, it's even, I think it's Libo who tried to draw Ntabi into Mpo because after
yes,
realizing that there's no one who is close to Mpo. You are very
yes,
right. Now you are reminding me of something. You are very right on that one. So, but
yes,
again, maybe it says a lot about their characters, both of them. Somehow, maybe there is similarities or whatever, like you are mentioning it. Are very
yeah,
right. I truly agree with you. Yeah.
yeah, true, true, true. I
But
mean, at the end of the
I also I also want to say to I also want to say to Yoli. Yoli said something that I'm also seeing as well. I think Mpo, Geshwan, and Temba, like she said, they are likely to make it to the final. Their fan base is amazing. It's amazing.
but their
And
families, are they
Tamara.
voting? Are they voting? Because it's very important that we also look at the function, the functionality of the fan base, because we have a viewing, hyping fan base, and then we also
Mm,
have a voting fan base, right? I mean, with Big Brother Nigeria, we've seen it happen a lot of times. The person who you never thought is going to make it to finals, the person automatically makes it to final, but that is because they have a voting fan base, right? So I don't know. For me, I know for a fact that Tamara has a voting fan base. I don't know about the crowd.
according
Mpo,
according to the voting poll, I don't know if you can check on the internet and say Big Brother Mzansi and check there's a voting poll. You must check there. Even on the recent people now, who is number
yeah,
one? She was running at around I don't know 50 something thousand votes. So I don't know how true is that. I don't know. You are right. But then there's a voting poll that we see for the Big Brother Mzansi. As I'm saying that I don't know how honest or how true is it to
yeah,
that. But then we'll see tomorrow. It's a matter of hours.
yeah. We'll definitely see. Let me just quickly welcome Sia. Hi, Sia. Hello.
Hey, Glory.
I love your
Hey,
cap.
hey.
I love it. I love the flamingo colors coming all out.
It's so hot in Cape Town, right? That's why I'm like summer vibe.
Whoa, whoa. Don't worry,
But
you
a
look
week,
hot.
thank you so much. But you always look hot, 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 hot.
How are you doing? Are you
I'm
Sia?
good. Um,
Particularly, I want to ask you how you feel about Terry, what's his name now, Tools and Ntabi's punishment. I mean, we've been having this conversation for a while now, and then finally, people are getting punished. How do you feel about that?
yeah, you see this week, I would say Big Brother finally showed us that he's that parent who lets the child get away with one, two, three, four, and then when they'll have had enough, they'll say like, this is enough now. So I'm happy to see that part, and I'm happy about the punishment because there was this thing around the housemates that they were like taking this too easy, that we can get away with anything, that kind of vibe. So I'm happy for a change that we got strikes in. I mean, it's like 5 weeks in. Let's get strikes, people. Let's get things going. So I'm happy about that part, and I think now, not all of them, it has sunk in that, guys, let's take this seriously. And the Big Brother even told them that, guys, there were hundreds of thousands who wanted to be where you are sitting now. Some of them, I think, it's like, I've made it, so yeah, the fight, I've won already. But there's a bigger purpose with them being there in selling themselves, selling their business, their stories, and all that. So, all in all, Gloria, I'm happy that finally we got some discipline in the house, eh? Even though tools didn't finish. So, we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow before the live show.
Okay, let me quickly welcome Neelam before I come to you, Lucretia. Lucretia, I want to ask you that same question. So just ruminate on your answer while I welcome Neelam. Hi, Neelam.
Hi, Gloria.
Hey, God. Wait, let me say something, yeah? You know where people look so innocent, and then when they just open their mouth, their voice is so powerful. I love your voice.
Thank,
I
thank
love your
you.
voice. Yeah. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining you from Lagos now. My first time, actually.
I see you. I see you. I see you. Thanks for joining. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, great, great. Oh my God, there's so many beautiful people on my screen right now. I'm just saying, hi, May.
Hi. Hi,
May was
Tori.
here. May was
How are
here 2 weeks
you?
ago. Hi.
How are you? How are you?
I'm
Long time.
fine. Yeah. Listen, I'm glad you're back. This is going to be a full house conversation, okay? So let me quickly go to, oh my God, Lucretia just left. Lucretia, if you can come back, please make sure you come back. Let me quickly go to Neelam. Neelam, were you on the virtual conversation with Yoli?
Yes, I was. I was due to network, but I could depict a bit of what was ongoing.
Okay, so what's your reaction to the conversation? Are you satisfied with all of her explanations, everything she said?
Not really left for me. I would say I'm not satisfied that full, but I would have wished it was a live. Like I come on live and throw you questions, or better still, you have us sending questions to you. That way, it's accessible for them to answer. Because one of the questions I wanted to ask Yuli was, at some point, she acted like I wouldn't say a mole, but she acted like a self-dependent person at the beginning of the game. Like she wasn't getting any attracted to anyone, regardless of the male in the house, even the females. She was just always there. I would say I can categorically say she was playing Venus's game. Venus's knew she could be at the point of eviction, like being nominated, but at the same time she had to withdraw. That is what she's doing actually right now. You get? I would say she's trying to act like, if you know, Diana of BBN, Pepper Dem Gang. Everybody was not seeing that aspect of Diane then. Everybody was not seeing her everywhere. But all of a sudden, she was able to make her game to top 7. If not for the unfortunate peak that Fraud did then back then, if I can remember vividly, she wouldn't have left. She would definitely make it top 5. That's just how the thing was. But at some point, I think she started, I would have put it like, she just, I felt she was bored at first. She was bored, and that actually pinpoints out a few people like Temba, the likes of Tools, Gachwan, and every other person. But I personally want to ask her what, like, I felt she was on my list. She was, because I wrote out their name on paper, like the most strategic housemate, and she was on my list. But at some point, I got lost. Like, what happened? What went wrong? How come Yoli was? You get, like, she was playing this low. She would be there at the point of wager. Then after she just withdraw. Like after nomination, she comes out. When she's not nominated, she goes back acting, giving us that full vibe. Always there. Maybe because she's a teacher, But she actually fluctuated. I was gonna be so factual. She fluctuated for me, and I was like, what's happening? What's that? What's ongoing to Yoli? I need to ask her like, what happened? No, it's a different thing when you're being strategic. Only you know your strategy. Other people doesn't know. But you being around people, they can be an influence to your strategy. So I was just like, what's Yoli? Until finally she got the whole conspiracy that was welcomed and she got nominated. But it was so evident she saw it coming. That was the whole rally around with Dash One and all that. But it's all fine. It's all good. She's welcome.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah.
This question you asked, I don't know if you actually listened to my conversation with her from beginning to end. I think she kind of indirectly explained it. I think that was when I asked her, was it? Yeah, because when she would go into the diary room and she's always shocked and perplexed and she's complaining to Big Brother, this housemate is this housemate did that, the energy is toxic. That was I remember what you're saying, that was where she was getting overwhelmed. Because I can feel you when you say, oh, 1 minute it's like she's being strategic, the next minute she's withdrawing into a shell. I think Yoli got overwhelmed at some point, and she had to just create a coping mechanism of, what will be will be. And I feel like the nomination process in the house was quite predictable at the point where 5 people had never been nominated. So it was expected that when the next nomination comes, I know that, okay, I will definitely be upstanding, right? So Tools was upstanding. Yoli was upstanding. The only thing, Terry was upstanding, right? I think, okay, once. The only thing that saved Sister Mara from standing was because he was the head of house at that point in time. So the nomination process it was very predictable. But for that question, I already feel like I know what you mean. That said, Yoli was overwhelmed at some point. There was a day she got into the diary room and she was like, Biggie, I have a lot to tell you. These people.
But that day, I actually felt she wanted to talk about Vino and Terry, but she kept on saying she has so much to talk. So I was like, what? No, something is going up upstairs. Like, so many thoughts in her mind. But she was not ready to just, she doesn't know where to start from. But I was talk. I was talk now. She said, hi. But at the same time, she was skeptical about what to say. Like, let me not say something that's going to, like, turn around after leaving the old. But I was going to mention something about Umpo and Ntabi too. Lest I forgot. Yeah, I felt Umpo and Ntabi, 2 different personality entirely. But I think Ntabi is that kind of friend, regardless of whether she's close to you. She's not that type that inherits what we or most of us have been thinking, like she inheriting Umpo's enemies, like a ganged up. But she's that kind of friend. I can tell you that it's so defensive. You get, if you're my friend, if you're close to me, I do not need to hear this person's side as to why you're fighting my friend. I just automatically, I wouldn't want to talk to them.
It's the same thing. We're talking about the same thing. If I'm your friend, May, hello May, I don't know if you're there. I mean, let's put this into perspective, okay? Let's call it spade a spade. We're saying the same thing, Neil. If you call me your friend and you have issues with someone and you tell me, oh, this is what this person is doing, there's something called subliminal messaging, right? I don't have to tell you, or you don't have to tell me, Glory, go and fight those people. But there's always a way you can narrate what is going on between you and your enemies, and automatically you have invested in my emotional bank. And as your friend, I will feel obliged to fight those people, not probably physically, but just to be at loggerheads with those people. So I feel like the English word is inheriting people's enemies, no matter how you want to put it. Lucretia, Tia, what do you think?
But at some point, she was interacting. That was what made me feel like You get it? She was interacting. She actually has a mind of her own, but she's that kind of, I wouldn't call their friendship pest and parasite, but they are both sucking each other's energy. You get it?
Have you
Like,
noticed that she interacts when Mpo interacts? When Mpo is not there to interact, she pulls
yeah,
away.
she does, but most
I can
she,
attest to that.
has
I
this
can attest
strength.
to that,
She has this
Glory.
strength
I
to
have
her.
noticed
Like, she has
you
this
know,
strength
the
thing.
first thing in Tabi, when she first came into the house, she was a very loud personality. She had a very loud personality. She was an individual to her own. I remember even Vino saying on his first diary session or something like that, that like, I think the housemates are connecting more with Ntabi than me, because she has managed to gel in with them. With me, I'm just taking a seat back, I'm laying back and taking a back seat just to see how the housemates are, like read their personalities and all of that. She was all over, like, getting to know everyone, connecting with everyone, and all of that. Then all of a sudden, she's just a changed person. Like Venice was saying, it's like she's inheriting Mpo's beef with other people, because she doesn't have a beef with anyone. She hasn't literally fought with anyone other than the recent argument they had with Venice during the task presentation, or when they were discussing the task. But before that, you can't really pinpoint something that you would say, okay, Ntabi has had a beef with this person because of this and this and that. But whereas Mpo has had a lot of beef with different people, because she stayed longer. She already had a beef with few people from the first week, when she had an argument with Dinky and everyone, because she was feeling like, because she's a Sangoma, people are just discriminating her and they're treating her differently. Then from then, that's like first week before Ntabi was even there. But from there onwards, she's been carrying Mpo's beef, Mpo's beef. Arguing with, well, not arguing with people, but just isolating herself and staying in Mpo's side rather than trying to mingle around people. Say, for instance, if Mpo gets evicted, which I doubt because of her large fan base, but if she were to get evicted this week, tomorrow, what would happen to Ntabi? Where she will have to be starting all over again. It's the 7th week or 6th week, but it will be like it's the first week for her, because she'll then have to start building up the relationships and all of that. That's basically, I think, what we are saying in that regard. Not that she doesn't have a mind of her own, but it seems like she's just following whatever disagreement or dislikes that Mpo has with other people, whereas there's no something, not even one, that you can point and say, okay, Ntabi has had an argument or disagreement with this person, and because of that, maybe that's why she's more into like chilling with Mpo than anyone else. I think that's just how I see it.
Neelam, do you see where we are coming from? Neelam. Neelam does not agree. Lucretia. Okay, wait, let Lucretia give us some perspective. Lucretia?
Thanks,
yeah, go ahead.
I want to agree and disagree with the previous speaker, May.
Okay.
My dear, we also need to.
Lucretia, can you move around?
I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Like she said, Ntabi is just being a friend. If she was fighting Mpo's battles, she was going to fight those people. So she is not fighting those people. She is just keeping her friendship with Mpo. She's just close with Mpo. It's not that when Mpo is fighting with this person and then she goes in and side with Mpo. That I don't know if I'm saying it right.
She is in a way because they are gossip. Like those people gossip. There's no one that gossip more than Mpo and Tabi. So she's definitely getting into the fight by those gossip, by agreeing and adding and doing whatever with Mpo. That is because they can't fight physically. That is fighting in the game in a way, because she's
She's not saying I, but I've never, since I've been here, I've never seen, maybe for instance, Venice do this or say this. She's a friend, but let's just say, okay, she's being a friend, but she's being a fake friend then.
Can I
Because
finish, my darling?
she doesn't finish her opinion. I mean,
Okay,
her
Lucretia.
side of the story.
Okay, Lucretia,
Yeah,
you
I
want
like
to say something before we get to Sia?
finish. Can I
Oh,
finish?
someone was saying something.
When I talk of fighting, I'm not talking about the physical. Obviously, in the Big Brother house, it's not allowed. We're talking of exchanging words. Ne? So what I'm saying is that we've never seen her interfering into people's things. And if we are saying in Tabi and Mpo are gossiping, I want to agree with that is true. And all other housemates are also gossiping. When they are sitting, they also speak about Mpo and Ntabi. And when they do that, there's nothing wrong. But when Mpo and Ntabi speak about other housemates, it starts to be a problem. I'm not saying it's wrong. In the house, they've got nothing to talk about. Like Big Brother told them that they mustn't talk about this and that and brands and all those things. That is right. But what else can they talk about? Is either they will have to talk about their lives. If not their lives, they have to talk about fellow housemates. But when other housemates talk about Mpo and Ntabi, oh, it's okay. But then when Ntabi and Mpo speak about other housemates, that's where it starts to be wrong. What happens to the right, it must also happen to the left. I am not saying they are right, but then they are keeping their corner, and it is dangerous for them. Maybe like you're saying that, let's say Mpo goes. If Mpo goes, Ntabi will be in trouble. Or if Ntabi goes, Mpo will be in trouble. But so it happened with Thando. Thando, she had an alliance with Norman and Yoli. They all left. She has to start all over again and try and find people that she can connect with. That is part of the game. You understand? So, Ntabi, according to my view, I'm not saying you are wrong, but according to my view, they are gossiping. So is everybody, even the males. They are gossiping because when they are sitting, they talk about Mpo and Ntabi. That makes them big. They're actually marketing them. I should say that they're just not aware. But when Mpo and Ntabi talks about them, it becomes wrong, guys. When is it going to be fair? Honestly, no.
No, I think the problem, it's not a matter of, obviously, everyone gossips in the house. There's a difference between the gossips that are heard by Mpo and Ntabi and the gossips that are heard by everyone else in the house. The gossips that are heard by Mpo and Ntabi are not just gossips. They, how can I put it? Like, for instance, the thing, this issue between Libo and Mpo and Geshwan. Can you see? It's sort of gaslighting. It's a misinformation that maybe Mpo might be spreading to Ntabi, which is not 100% correct, and it's taken out of context. And you saw how Geshwan and Libo almost had a physical fight because of it. Just that Geshwan was a bit calmer than Libo was. If that wasn't the case, that could have escalated into something else, only because of what Mpo has insinuated into, and of which there's no evidence of that, which has happened. Whereas versus the other gossips that are happening in the house, there is people that are speaking about things that are happening. That they will be probably saying, Mpo is doing this and she did this. And you find it that it's the truth. It's not just one person or just one group, because there will be a group of Venice and Nale. There will be a group of maybe Libo and Tools and maybe Terry. There will be Sister Mara. So all different groups that are in the house, they will be talking about some things that actually happened versus what these ones are just, pushing an agenda that is literally might not be true. Just that we can't see everything that happens in the house. But that's where I'm coming from. I don't know if you get my point.
Okay, Sia wanted to say something. Sia, you've been raising your hand. Sorry, Lucretia. Let Sia drop his point because he has been about to explode with his point. Okay, Cynthia, go ahead.
I'm outnumbered here. I'm outnumbered here. It's ladies only. Yeah. It's hectic. So, Glory, the two
It's
things
women's
I want to
conference.
say. I have to confess. I might as well confess. So, two things. The first one is, in whatever direction you're coming from, right? Let's always keep in mind that that's what Yoli just said now. We don't see everything, we don't hear everything that happens in that house. You know? So, for example, if I am a Temba fan, I can't say Temba is always right because probably I'm seeing out of the whole time Temba is there, I'm seeing probably 15% of what he does and says. You know? So let's try and balance it from that view that if maybe let's say Keshwan says Temba said this and it was not shown on camera, doesn't mean it didn't happen. That's the first point. And then the second point is this, with regarding Paul. I'm not on four pen, whatever. I like it. That girl is smart. She's playing the game. So this thing of people saying Paul is manipulating Tabi, no. That girl is neutralizing all the threats from Dinky to Acacia and now Tabi. She sees. He tried to Temba as well, but she can see I can't reach there with Temba as well. Once she sees that you are kind of a threat to her, she will bring you closer. Same with Norman as well. She did the same thing. She brings you closer and then she works on your mind. And then makes you weak. If you're allowed, she'll make you keep quiet and think about going to gossip with her. That time she's doing what? She's playing the game. She's smart. She's trying that with Temba now as we speak, but she can't get through the defenses of Temba. I don't know what you think about these two things that I've just said. Let's hear what you guys think.
Can I say something?
I agree 100%.
On this note, I want to say something, please. Okay. Tia, I love the fact that you brought that point that if Mpo sees you as a threat, she brings you closer. However, you're right because when she had a diary session, one of those days, I can't remember. I think it was last week or the upper week. She mentioned to Big Brother that she sees Ntabi as a threat. That even though Ntabi is her friend, she feels that in that house. Okay, yeah, Billy had asked them who they felt was their competition. And then she had said Ntabi was her competition. And I was shocked. Yeah, I was shocked because for me, I felt like the major competitions that Mpo has in that house, watching the show from the outside, I felt like Sister Mara is number one. Number two, there's Temba. Number three, there's also Gashwan. So I felt like, why would she think that Ntabi is the competition? Now, when I thought about it, I now realized that, okay, when it comes to arena games, task in the house, Ntabi is very competitive. And it's very funny that that is what Mpo is seeing. But what Mpo herself is not seeing is that, or whether it's a strategy or I don't know, what she's not seeing is that Ntabi, as you said, let me use your words here. Ntabi has been completely neutralized to zero by Mpo. As it is right now in that house, Mpo cannot go and be best friends with Terry. Sorry, Ntabi cannot be best friends with Terry. And the reason that will not happen yet is because Mpo is her best friend.
Lori, yeah? Mpo doesn't like noise. Watch this pattern. Dinky, Acacia, they were all big personalities. She neutralized them because I think she's the kind of person who can't function or think in a very noisy environment. She left to focus. And now she tried with Terry, but Terry, Terry. And she's trying to Temba now. So all the quiet ones, Mpo doesn't mind. All the ones that are loud, even Norman was loud. She brought him here. And then he went because he started to change.
So I think I would disagree with you based on that. If you say Mpo does not like peaceful noise, I will say no way. Why? Because from Thursday evening after the wager task, Mpo becomes one of the noisiest housemates in the house.
Not
And it's
literal. I'm
understandable.
just saying.
No, wait, and it's understandable because they are having fun. They are done with all the seriousness of the week. However, if you're saying that Mpo does not have noise and like noise, then what about Nali that tried to be friends with her? What about Yoli that tried to sort things out with her? Those two people, they are very, very calm. They are very calm spirits. What about Venus? But they are not friends.
You know why
But
I say
then,
that? It is because Mpo doesn't like someone to outshine her. Look,
okay,
this girl is very smart. If your personality is like Venus, you are quiet. She doesn't mind you because you never outshine her. That's what even Temba said to Venus. She said, if you are willing to be Mpo's cheerleader, then go be friends with her. You know,
exactly.
so not in a literal sense that if she doesn't like noise, but she doesn't like personalities who can overshine her.
Exactly. And
Yes.
that is what we are saying. And that is what we are saying that Ntabi came into the house and she perceives that Ntabi is one person that can easily shrink because she's a loyal friend. Because when Ntabi comes across as one person that when she's in a friendship relationship, she values the comfort of her friend more than her own comfort. So if you notice, Ntabi, and that is one thing I give Ntabi, she's very loyal to the core no matter what anybody says about Mpo in that house. Ntabi is a ride or die to the finish. Even when she knows that this week Mpo is going to be on the chop block, on the chopping block. They also put her in the chopping block. She too, she accepted it. She said, Mpo, you die, I perish. So she's a loyal friend, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what we're trying to establish is, I like what May said that when it comes to gossip in the house, guys, come on. Let's just leave the trophy for Mpo and Ntabi. There's a difference between the kind of gossip that Mpo and Ntabi has compared to some of the gossip that certain housemates have. When Mpo and Ntabi are gossiping, they go as far as even saying things that does not even happen in the house. And for me, I feel like that's dangerous because it's like it could cause problems, right? It's allowed to talk about other housemates, but when you now start saying things that you're not sure of, I mean, May painted the scenario of the fight that almost broke out between Libo and Gashwan, almost calling Libo a rapist because why? Oh, you are giving Libo a lot of drinks. And then when Libo explained himself, it makes sense that because alcohol always runs out in the house and Mpo likes her alcohol, Friday, Saturday night, Libo would rather give his own drink to Mpo, and then Gashon goes ahead to go and say things which we are not sure about if it is true or false. But the way Mpo now came and passed on the message to Libo, it now made it look like, they are calling Libo a rapist. And that's like, it's like you terminating someone's image. Yeah. You're terminating someone's image on national television. So Neelam, you are the one who brought about this conversation.
Which I think, just to add on your point, Glory, which is why I think Big Brother even introduced the conspiring corner, because that happened just after that whole conspiring that was happening in the bedroom where they were bashing almost everyone. How Yoli had a bad order, who has had what and what and what. And it's just not. It's not good. It's not a cool thing to do. Which I think that's why he ended up introducing that, because it's almost like you are conspiring, and some of your conspiring theories might not even be true, but you're trying to convince a group of people. There she was convincing a group of people of certain facts which might not be true. I actually wish I could have asked Yoli if she noticed that conversation that was happening there in the what do they call the higher level bedroom? Is it summer days or?
I'm sure Yoli must have seen those videos. Lucretia, you wanted to say something?
I wanted to say there is something about Mpo that we also need to acknowledge. One, Mpo has character, whether we like it or not. Two, there is things that I don't like about her. When the first person who tried to reach out to her, it was Yoli.
according to me, she didn't reciprocate the feeling that Yoli was trying to give to her. She didn't give a hand. And that is not, as human beings, even outside the house, that is not how we should live. We need each other as human beings. Secondly, it was Nali. Nali spoke to her and said, I see there is a little bit of a distance and what. Mpho kept pulling back and forward, and she did not give receipts. That's what Nali also said in the diary session. And then 3, Tato made her that, I don't know what they call them, that doll or whatever, the spongy thing that they were doing, and saying, Mpho, I what you, and all that. Mpho was supposed to show love. Yes, forgiveness is a process, but then by virtue of a person pulling herself and saying to you in front of everybody on national TV, saying, I'm sorry, I see there is a distance between us, but then Mpho did not show the love back. I didn't appreciate that. Yes, she has character, yes, she has friends and everything, but then it doesn't mean that I only see the positive side of her. But then also that part, she's also not showing a good thing. And thirdly, lastly, in terms of love, Libo has shown her a lot of love, said to her, I came to the house not wanting to have a relationship, but when I saw you, I saw a mother of my kids. Yes, men always tell us those things, but then it shows that there is a part of her that I don't like. I like her, but there is a part of her that I wish I could change as well. And that is why she ends up with no one and being herself. But she is surviving that because she is, I think she has a strong character. I don't know. I won't cope. Not talking to other people, I won't cope. But yes, I want to agree.
Yeah. I think from what you just explained, I have also taken my time to look at Mpho, and number one, we have to give it to her. Yoli is a very smart woman, and I tell you something, Yoli is very, very smart. But when it comes to being wildly smart, street smart, you want to play a game and you want to win at all costs. It doesn't matter what it takes. Mpho also has that kind of smartness, right? And I feel like Mpho comes across as someone that is very sensitive and emotional. Take aside all the Sangoma gifts that she has now. Mpho as a human being, as a female individual, I feel like she's very, very sensitive. She's very, very emotional. And so I feel like she knows that she has the tendency to be vulnerable to anybody that comes into her space. And so in order to play the game, focus on the game, play the game, get to the finals, win the money, I feel like that is why she has built that wall around her to push away anybody that will not shrink for her to shine. And so, looking at the fact that Ntabi is the only housemate that has willingly, unconsciously shrunk to be friends with Mpho, I feel like that is why their relationship is still thriving. Trust me, if Ntabi was as vivacious, if Ntabi was as loud, energetic, and very, very assertive like Terry, I am not sure that her friendship with Mpho would have survived one week. That's what I think.
Amen.
That's what I think. Neelam,
you said it.
You are the one that brought this conversation. So yeah, come and defend your Mpho. Yeah. Come and defend Mpho.
No, I'm not actually defending Mpho or no Ntabi. Actually, I'm no one's favorite follower. I just love to study their character and be sure my top 5 are still standing. That is what I'm after right now. My top 5 are still standing. But well, it's been all said and good. And like Stia said, he said we only see what they want to show us. We are not seeing all. So we practically can be on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. We all don't know. But I just feel like Ntabi is, well, I just feel like she needed someone to complement her strategy, like everybody else has been doing. You get.
Mm-hmm.
At first it was Sister Mara and Terry, everybody with their circles like that. But I wasn't seeing it from that angle of Mpho's personality at large. I just feel like She's that kind of person. I don't care. But I felt she interacting with other people, like once in a while, you get, aside the old Venuses due to Tembas, the whole smoochy and all that. I feel Untabi is one, like, she's a very good personality on her own, and she would have done much more, like excel much more, but she's just that the only edge or the only restriction around her is Umpo. You get it? She doesn't want to go outside that limitation to offend her, and at the same time, she's being careful. It's a game. It's first and paramount. At least she benefited last week, if I'm permitted to say. She's still in the house. If I'm permitted to say.
Lucretia, you want to say something?
I also want to say, in as much as I said everything about Mpo, I'm also a fan of Mpo. She's my person, but we can't run away from the wrongs that she did. So I agree with Nilam. You find people, you know, they say when a person is loyal, you find people who are loyal. Let's say in a relationship, even if they cheat on him or her, that person won't cheat back. So I think Ntabi has that character. She has a friendship, and then we see it negatively. She is only loyal, and we will say she's running after Mpo and all that. She is a loyal person. She has a loyal character. That's why we will view her wrong. You understand? That she is following Mpo or taking Mpo's instructions, of which I totally disagree with that one. It's only that she made a sober decision that this one is my friend, I'm sticking to her, and this is a grain, I need an alliance and all that. But she is a lawyer, but it doesn't mean that we, as much as I love both of them and others, you know, Mpo reminds me of Pere. I'm sorry if I'm not right to mention people of other. Yes, Pere was one person, whether you like him or not, but Pere was standing on whatever she believes is true. You understand? You are his friend or not, it doesn't matter. So Mpo has a little bit of Pere in a way, and they've got character. Whether we like it or not, they've got character. They are loved.
I agree with you. Thank you. Tia, please unmute yourself and speak so we can hear you. Okay, you can hear me now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to say something. I'm not coming from the point of hate of having an issue with Ntabine. The only thing that made me angry with her is that she dumped herself down because of the friendship. You came there as one of 20. You know, out of 100,000 people who came there. You can't come in there and say now, I mean, I believe maybe before they go in there, they get psychoanalyzed somewhere, somehow, just to see that they're mentally strong enough to take it. But then we can't now be expected to make excuses for people who come there and say, I know we've got issues. Ladies, don't come for me. I'm just saying. I know we've got issues. I know after this statement, I'm going to get butchered, I know. But for you to overlap hundreds of thousands of people in South Africa to get there, and once you get there, you start to go into that house and say, okay, there's 2 million there. But for me to get there, I must please this one. This is a game, guys. When you were speaking with Yoli, Glory, I was like, I can't believe this. People go in there and say, this is, you know, a conniving. I'm like, you come into that game, you know what type of game it is. If I love something, I will study it before I do it. So I can't come in there and be surprised when I'm in there. You know, you can be surprised with one or two things, but not your whole game is a shock. I mean, what were you doing the past few seasons of Big Brother, Africa, Niger, South Africa? What were you doing if you want to go there? I mean, you started something, you know, okay, fine. When I go there, I must develop a thick skin. I will all have issues, but I must try and suppress my issues because it is a game. It's not reality. You know, I'm coming from that point that Ntabi had all the potential. And I think she's gonna stay there again this Sunday. I know for a fact. But she must detach. That is her spot on the stage. You can't be leaning on Mpo or leaning on a friend or leaning on a girlfriend. You see, Vino did the same thing, and now where is he? He's gone. Because we all saw that without Terry, Vino is like headless chicken running around there doing nothing. You know? That's what I'm coming from.
Yeah, let me say something, yeah. So in all of this that we've been saying, I feel like there's another angle to this that we have not really explored. So let's think about it. What if Ntabi is also playing a strategy? What if Ntabi came into the house? Hello. Oh, okay. What if Ntabi came into the house and in a matter of 2 days looked around? Remember again, we are not seeing everything. So what if Ntabi came into the house and she has observed in those 2 days and has checked and has noticed that, okay, in this house, it seems like this person is the villain here. Everybody is not at par with this person. It seems like this person is confident that they are playing a good game. Or it seems as though I know this person from outside the house. This person probably has huge support outside, and so boom, I'm going to stick to Mpo and see. And if you notice, guys, it's been working for her because she's not been evicted yet. And Nilam, you want to say something?
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. Exactly what was on my mind. Like, what if Ntabi actually knows Mpo, or they might not be close, you get?
Yes.
It just reminded me of previous Big Brother shows we were watching. Look at that Queen White Money saga. When she came in, the first person she was White Money. What
look at
Imaro.
Emmanuel got close to Nico Rose because she already had a great standing up in the house.
I get that strategy. I'm sorry to cut you off. I get that strategy. She might be playing it, né? But even Queen as well. Queen didn't win Big Brother. You can never come into that game and hang on the coattails of someone else. You need to stand on your own.
You need your light to shine as bright as anyone. That's why me, from all the Big Brothers that I've been watching, I watch it neutrally. Like I enjoy content. I can admit 100% Mpo is a huge competitor. She's playing her game. She's breaking all these walls of, like Isia was saying, all these loudest people. She's trying to cut down on each and every one. There's only one that I'm not seeing her gunning for, which is Terry. I'm surprised that she hasn't done anything with Terry. Maybe she's saving her for the final. I don't know. She's definitely playing her game. My problem is that whatever strategy that Ntabi is playing, let's say she's playing a strategy by being close to Mpo, how is it going to help her? Because so far, no one can attest to Ntabi and say, hey, Ntabi has a huge fan. Hey, especially this weekend, we're going to see flames because both of them are nominated, right? And let's just say, because she's been close to Mpo and she knows maybe Mpo's huge fan base, whatever, now they are both going to be standing. So do you think Mpo's fans are going to just vote for Ntabi and share their votes and not save their fan? Please tell us, Lutisha, because you say you are Mpo's fan. Are you going to be dividing your votes to Ntabi?
I want to be honest. My darling. I want to be honest. I'm Mpo's friend. It was very difficult, even on the first time when they were both up. It was difficult for me to give my vote to Ntabi. And then now, as I told you, Glory, that there is a voting poll. There is a voting poll that we see in South Africa. I don't know if you can view it. Please check it. That voting poll says, I hope I'm on myself. It says Ntabi is the last person. Number 1 is Mpo. Number 2 is Tato. Number 3 is Geshwan. Number 4 is Nale. Number 5 is Sister Mara, and Ntabi is number last. You get that? So on that one, I agree with you. Yes, but then referring to what they said about Kimang Queen, you said Queen of the previous Big Brother Niger. Queen, it helped her because it put her up to at least week 9. It is an achievement in a way. So she could be playing maybe a strategy just to push her. Maybe she would have been gone a long time ago. Maybe it is helping her. She just wants to push the weeks, knowing very well that maybe she's not that strong. So in a way, it's a strategy. It worked, if that is a strategy. But I want to be honest, I also voted for, it was difficult to vote for her.
So we'll see if a strategy is working this weekend.
I've seen the poll that you're talking about. I've seen the poll. But then the problem is this poll, it's not from the Bbmzansi website. It's just from a regular blog, yeah. But let's just wait and see. I know that, okay, I don't know anything. Let me not say I know, because that was how they shocked me with Dinky. That was how they shocked me with Acacia. So I don't know anything.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? And Tabby's going nowhere. Tabby's going nowhere because she's got content, but she's letting someone else dim her light. Okay, I move on from that thing. This week, only one person is going out this week. It's only Tato only this week. Mark my words, I'm telling you, it's only Tato going out this week.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
I know. Tato and Nale, yes, they might be. But in Tabi, I will see. I doubt imposters will let her down like that.
But let me start with you all. I am enjoying their session. I am enjoying it.
You see the thing with Nale, Glory, and your ladies, Nale will never go out because she doesn't do any work. You know, Nale sleeps and eats and looks beautiful. That's all. But the fan base was built in the first 2 weeks. Nale is solid. Whether you like her or not, she's got a solid fan base. I'm telling the person who's going away is Tato. I'm telling you for a fact.
But I agree with May. Nali could be going home. I agree with May because Nali is not giving us content.
I know. Tomorrow.
You know what?
Yes,
you know what?
Okay.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I mean, we've almost spent 3 hours on this live. We can go on and on. I don't want to leave because it's so interesting. Some other people are trying to join, but it's almost 3 hours, and I think this is where we should end this conversation today. We're definitely going to continue next week. Whoever is evicted this week, by God's grace, I'm going to see how I can get them here so we can have a conversation with them, and then we can revisit this argument again. Because we need to know if Ntabi does not go home, we need to know what is keeping Ntabi in that house. If Tato goes home, we'll definitely find out why. So thank you all so much, Lucretia, Tia, Neelam, May. You guys are simply amazing. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. I know you people are spending days. Thank you. Yes, you guys, please come back.
You must come back. We must talk.
Yes, you must come back. You must come back next week.
We must talk each other next week. It's a nice conversation. I enjoyed it. We will be chopping each other again next weekend.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much for joining this conversation. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing weekend. Bye, bye, bye. Okay, guys. I was just admiring Lucretia's cup of tea now. Oh my God, really, guys, that conversation was intense. And listen, I love it when we have conversations like this because, trust me, it gives me different perspectives to viewing the show, because I always say this, that Glory Elijah does not know it all. I do not know everything. So when I watch this show or any other reality TV show and I have conversations like this with you people tend to broaden my mind. You open my mind into seeing the show from different lights, and I do not take it for granted. I really appreciate it. I wish we had more time. But remember, tonight is the 6th Saturday night party in the Bbmzansi season 3 mansion, and your girl needs to go and catch up on all the juicy tea so that I can come and dish it hot. All right. So thank you all so much for joining. Let me let you all go. For those of you that have been on this conversation for almost 3 hours with me, you are the realest MVPs. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Please keep in a date with me next week. As usual, we do this every Saturday, 3 p.m. WAT or 4 p.m. CAT. You people complain that I don't talk about East African time. I don't know it. I think I need to go and do research and find out. But if you know, just let me know in the comment section below right now, okay? But really, guys, it was an amazing time out with you all. To Yoli, if you're seeing this right now, Yoli, thank you so much. You're such an amazing human. Thanks for coming through. Norman, it's really sad we did not get to have a full-blown conversation with you. But for the few minutes we spent with you on here, it was really refreshing. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have an amazing evening and bye.